What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories.
7TF. Chapter 151 Conquering Shiryu of Rain. Grandpa, Ace muttered to himself. If you want to get through here, kill me first, you bastards. Garp folded his arms and shouted. You get better with age, Garp. Whitebeard laughed loudly, don't be scared by his name, he's just a veteran. ... Since you want to see his future so much, I will let you see it now, Whitebeard. Sengoku said with a cold face, execution. The executioner beside Ace was already on standby, holding his knife high and about to stab Ace. Stop it, Luffy, who witnessed everything, yelled angrily. Marine immediately fell down, including the executioner on the execution platform. Quote. Do you have one too? Ace looked at Luffy in surprise. It's the same conqueror's Haki as Red Hair and Dad. The captains of the Whitebeard pirates said in shock. Is it really that kid? Marco was also shocked. It's so hidden. Kizaru sighed. He is the son of the revolutionary Long, so it is natural that he has such potential. Duberman Vice Admiral said in a deep voice, we must not let the tiger go back to the mountains. Once he escapes, sooner or later he will become our strong enemy. We must kill him first. Luffy, when did you awaken this power? Sanji next to Luffy asked doubtfully. What power? What are you talking about? Luffy looked confused. Boys, protect Straw Hat Luffy with all your strength. Whitebeard finally recognized Luffy at this time and entrusted him with the task of rescuing Ace, and he was responsible for clearing the way. Subsequently, Luffy was blocked by Kizaru, Hawkeye, Vice Admiral, etc., and was blocked by his partners and the captains of the Whitebeard pirates, and arrived under the execution platform. Atai, Kun instantly cut out two long stone slabs on the floor with the two knives in his hands and placed them on the execution platform. Come on, Luffy, Kunkin shouted. Thank you, Kunkin. Luffy thanked him, stepped on the stone road and headed straight for Ace. Suddenly a figure blocked Luffy's path. Grandpa, get out of the way. Luffy shouted. How is that possible, Luffy? I am the Vice Admiral of Naval Headquarters. Garp shouted in a deep voice, I have been fighting pirates before you were born. If you want to pass here, kill them first. Me, Straw Hat Luffy. I can't do it. Grandpa, get out of the way. If you can't do it, Ace will die. Quote. Ah, Luffy punched in pain. Bang. To everyone's surprise, Garp, the marine hero who chased Roger the Pirate King all over the world, was punched by Luffy, who couldn't even Haki. Impel down. Amber and Nami walked leisurely to the 5th floor. All the guards and monsters they encountered were invincible. Amber, it's so cold here. Nami hugged Amber's arm tightly and said warmly. How can a strong man who is armed with color be afraid of the cold? Of course Amber didn't believe it, but her hands tightly hugged Nami's small waist. A tall figure suddenly appeared in the distance, wearing a hat and cloak, with a cigar in his mouth and a long knife in his hand. Thunder God, I've been waiting for you for a long time. Shiryu said calmly. Oh, are you going to stop me too? Amber smiled. Try it. Shiryu of Rain pulled out the demon sword Thunderstorm. You are very confident. After saying that, Nami stepped aside. God's punishment. He raised his hand and there was a dazzling thunder and lightning. This has almost become a sign of Amber testing her enemies. Shiryu of Rain struck the lightning directly with his knife, and then directed the lightning into the ground. He is worthy of being a man as famous as Magellan just for his swordsmanship. After saying that, Amber disappeared instantly, then appeared in front of Shiryu of the Rain, and punched Emission with a punch. Do you want to fight again? Roar. No, I give up. A lightning unicorn instantly formed in the air and rushed towards Shiryu of the Rain who was avoiding the Thunder Dragon. Boom. In just a few seconds, the surrounding ground was scorched black by electricity. Boom. Raising the thunder gun high, lightning flashed all around, raging around the world, and 5 thunder dragons condensed behind him. The thunder dragon seemed to have life, and began to launch a mad attack on Shiryu of the Rain. In addition to being able to extend the tracking indefinitely, it would also follow the movement of the target. Turn a corner. Take me to the 6th floor underground. Dance of the Thunder Dragon. Shiryu of Rain quickly drew his sword to block. After the explosion, only the cracked and charred ground was left. Yes, Captain. Amber condensed a thunder gun in her hand, pointed at Shiryu of the Rain and said calmly. I'll give it another try. Shiryu of the Rain rushed forward again with the demonic sword in hand, and launched several attacks in an instant. Call out. Dang. 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 Amber waved her thunder gun and blocked them all. Amber raised her thunder gun and released a bolt of lightning upwards. A huge explosion occurred instantly, and the entire area of 1,000 meters was shrouded in thunder and lightning, raging wildly. To be continued. Tap tap tap. The huge force caused Shiryu of Rain to continuously move backwards, leaving a long trail. Clang. Shiryu of Rain kept moving at high speed to avoid the attack of the Brontosaurus, but the Brontosaurus was still in hot pursuit. What do you mean? Amber asked confused. Call out. Amber thought about it carefully and agreed. Why not have one more free super fighter? It's just a small flaw that he likes to torture and kill prisoners. Anyway, there are so many damned people in this world. He can kill anyone at will. If he can kill them all, he will be considered powerful. If that's all you have, you'll end up like Magellan. It's very strong. The blow just now almost killed me, Shiryu said calmly. I have long been fed up with life in this prison. I have been looking forward to the appearance of a man worthy of following. Finally, I have found a man as ambitious as you. 4 Emperors Thor, please allow me to join your pirate group. Shiryu of the Rain, dressed in torn clothes, slowly walked out of the smoke. Then he knelt down on one knee in front of Amber. The attack actually passed through my sword and acted directly on my body. As expected of the 4 emperors, Shiryu of the Rain praised. Dead, then blame yourself for being unlucky. Chapter 152 Invasion of the 6th Floor and the Solitary Red. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 125. 33. Ah, no, help, why, Chief Warden. You are blocking the way of my captain. Shiryu of the Rain smoked a cigar while drawing a knife and hacking to death all the guards blocking the road. Amber expressed that she was very satisfied with the performance of Shiryu of the Rain. Amber generally does not hold back when dealing with enemies. Regarding those holy ladies, even Impel down soldiers have their own families, and they are just little cuties who are here to maintain the stability of the sea. Amber said that you can spray whatever you want, but if you listen, I will lose. Cruel and extremely selfish is the true portrayal of Amber. Under the leadership of Shiryu of Rain, Amber and others took many detours and soon arrived at the 6th floor of Impel Down, Eternal Hell. Oh, there's a new person here. So young. He's the same age as that Fire Fist, Ace, and he doesn't know his identity, but he's actually being imprisoned here. It must be another important figure of a big pirate. There is also a girl. Could it be that she was a couple who happened to be discovered by Marine when they were at XX and was caught here? Ha ha ha. When the prisoners on the 6th floor saw Shiryu and Amber coming in, they thought they were captured prisoners again and started to laugh. 100 million volts discharge. Faced with these rude pirates, Amber took action without hesitation. Ah, all the pirates who made rude remarks were given electrotherapy and turned into ashes. Those who can. How is that possible? Look, he doesn't have seastone handcuffs. Oh my god, what the hell is going on? Who else dares to say something rude? Amber gathered lightning in her hands and looked around lightly. The pirates they passed silently avoided Amber's gaze, not daring to look at her. Who are you? A pirate finally summoned the courage to ask. Who am I? You losers on the sea have no right to know. What did you say, you brat? Do you know how much Lousy's bounty is? Lousy is XXX. Zzz. Another dazzling thunder and lightning flashed across, turning the pirate who made the sound into ashes. This time the pirates finally fully recognized the reality and did not dare to talk nonsense anymore. Amber let go of her senses and began to scan the entire 6th floor. She quickly found her target this time, a man frozen in ice, and then walked straight towards the ice. Is he World Destroyer, Burndy World? Asked Shiryu of Rain next to him. Yes, he is the Burndy World that has been frozen for more than 20 years. Shiryu Kaido of Rain. I found my goal this time. Putting your hand on the ice cube and exerting force, the entire ice cube instantly shattered, revealing the Burndy World inside. It had been frozen for too long. Even though the ice cube had shattered, there was still no sign of waking up. But Amber didn't care at all. His goal was not to wake him up anyway. Skillfully took out a bag of fruit from the system space. What is that guy doing, trying to unleash that horrible monster? It doesn't look like it. I have a bad feeling. The pirates nearby saw Amber's strange behavior and started whispering. Even Shiryu of the Rain looked confused. Amber had no interest in explaining, so she gathered a thunder sword, aimed at Burndy World's neck and slashed it, instantly cutting off his head. After putting away the Momo fruit, Amber said to a corner, "Want to go out?" "Certainly. Restore youth. Is what you said true?" He has always only believed in himself and no one else, and this condition has violated his bottom line. I didn't expect that 30 years later, someone would still remember my name. Is that Burndy World's devil fruit? How could it be possible to get his fruit so easily? As for my friends, the pure gold in the body of that big lantern fish somewhere in the world is much better than the immortality of a vampire. The figure walked out of the corner, with a tall and thin figure, red eyebrows, and white hair braided into 2 whips hanging on his shoulders. Although he was wearing a prison uniform, he could not hide his unique temperament, like a medieval nobleman. That guy must have used some special method, the pirates said in shock. Okay, as long as you can rescue me and find the fruit for me, I will join your pirate group and become your subordinate. Oh, doesn't even freedom allow you to break your own rules? Do you know who I am? To be continued. Even if I go out, I don't have to take orders from you. How can I be free? Besides, I don't have a few years left. Retirement is not recuperation, so why go out and suffer? Make a deal. Moreover, the man in front of him was very strange. His knowledge could not read his thoughts, even though the girl next to him and the warden could. I can help you find a devil fruit that will make you young again, and I know where that fruit is now. You are very strong. You are very useful to me. I have never joined any pirate group, never before, and never will again. Redfield refused. Amber, who has played the game, naturally knows where Redfield finally found the zone bat fruit phantom beast species vampire form. What? Even a veteran like Redfield couldn't help but be shocked. Nani. Everyone present was shocked by Amber's actions. So, want to go out? Patrick Redfield was famous all over the world before the era of great pirates. He is as famous as Roger, Whitebeard, and Golden Lion is a great pirate. He is known as the Aloof Red, and the Red Earl. Amber said faintly of Redfield's information. The fact that the other party was able to reach the 6th floor safely showed his great strength. In addition, the Impel down warden next to him seemed to have taken refuge in the person in front of him. Redfield did not doubt the other party's ability. Then how about adding another condition to restore your youth? Conditions. Redfield said solemnly. It's incredible that this method can be used. It seems that I didn't choose the wrong captain. Shiryu said calmly. He. An old voice came from the corner. Are you talking to me? Then something more magical happened. One of the fruits in the bag slowly turned into a strange yellow fruit. Such a simple method is definitely impossible. Otherwise, the world government would have killed us long ago. Would it still spend so much money to lock us up here? The reason why he didn't go looking for this fruit was because it was useless to Amber. With the immortal body of a Majin puppet, he had already achieved the immortality that humans dream of. Join my pirate team and become my battle captain. Chapter 153 Arriving at the battlefield. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 677. 169. 226. If the above alone is not enough to make Redfield agree to such conditions, becoming the captain of his Aloof Red is not that simple. He learned about the current world situation from the voice of the woman named Nami, and also knew the identity of the person in front of him. In the world today, he is known as the most vicious criminal in the world together with Monkey D. Dragon, the leader of the Revolutionary Army, and Whitebeard. 4 emperors Thor on equal footing. Also accomplished the one thing everyone has wanted to do for countless years, kill the celestial dragons. With such strength, such identity, and such courage, he can barely become the captain of his Aloof Red. Of course, the main reason is because this guy promised to help him regain his youth. Go and let him out. Okay, Captain. Shiryu of the Rain took out the key and released Redfield. Amber is not worried that he will go back on his word. People who have reached their level of strength will not bother to engage in such small tricks. Of course, if Redfield goes back on his word, Amber will kill him with a backhand. No one can defeat Amber at this time, with her immortal body. That's how awesome. As expected of the God of Thunder, even the Warden of Impel Down has taken refuge in you. Redfield said, rubbing his arm that had been shackled for half his life. Amber had known about his abilities for a long time and wasn't surprised. You should also be aware of the situation outside. Take a rest. How can such a huge war be without us? I didn't expect that guy Whitebeard is still a treasure trove. Redfield said with emotion. He is the God of Thunder. Who is Thor? There are 4 most powerful pirates on the sea today, known as the 4 Emperors. Whitebeard is one of them, and he is another 4 emperors. Some of the pirates who had just been captured recognized Amber's identity. What? The same name as Whitebeard. Thor God, let me out too. I can also become your subordinate. Thor, I am much stronger than that old bat, choose me as your partner. Thor, let us out too. The pirates all shouted. Amber didn't speak, and Redfield walked up to the pirate who said he was stronger than him. You say you are better than me. Then he drew his hand into the void. Ah, the pirate's body split into 2 halves along with the prison door. Want to go out? Sorry, you are too weak and of no use to me. Amber said disdainfully. Damn it. Having seen Amber's cruelty, these pirates dared not speak out in anger. The purpose of coming here has been accomplished, let's prepare to retreat. Amber really has no interest in the remaining pirates. Either they are murderous, which Amber doesn't like, or they are simply unable to be subdued. For example, a lunatic like Bullet, if released, will do nothing but kill people indiscriminately. Let's keep them locked up here. Wait a minute. Suddenly a familiar voice came over. Please take me with you. A tall figure walked out of the shadows. With blue skin and half-human, half-shark appearance, he is none other than Jinbei, one of the Shichibukai. Yo, isn't this Jinbei? Why haven't I seen him acting like this in a few days? I am opposed to the war between Marine and Father Whitebeard, and refuse to fulfill the Shichibukai obligations. That's why I am locked up here. Lord Thor, please take me with you. Jinbei knelt down and begged. For the sake of King Neptune, I will take you with me. Thinking of the alliance relationship with the Fishman Island, Jinbei can be regarded as half of his own, so he agreed. Then Jinbei was released, and under the leadership of Shiryu Rain, several people took the elevator and left openly. Perhaps realizing the huge gap in strength, the remaining guards did not stop him. The plot of Naval Headquarters and the plot of Impel Down take place at the same time. Naval Headquarters Marineford. The war has been going on for several hours, and both the Marines and the pirates have suffered heavy casualties. After Luffy killed his grandfather Garp with one punch, he finally rescued his brother Ace after going through all kinds of hardships. You've been like this before, Luffy. You always ignored my words and just knew how to mess around. Ace said dotingly. Ace. Whitebeard smiled when he saw Ace, who was safe. Ace quickly pushed Luffy away and turned his hand into flames to resist. Disappear, sinful bloodline. Akainu was about to attack Luffy, who was not far away. Total chaos. Don't relax, Luffy. Ace knew they were not out of the woods yet. Amber had her legs crossed, and Jinbei and Shiryu of the Rain were standing next to her. Who is talking nonsense? Akainu shouted angrily. What will happen next? Can Marine still win? It's you, Thor, Akainu said through gritted teeth. Can I still fight? Luffy. Oh, Luffy responded happily. Rayleigh's half-month special training not only allowed him to better understand his own abilities, but also gave him a preliminary understanding of Haki. In the battle just now, he accidentally used armament Haki, which greatly enhanced his ability. Attack power. Dark Hound. The flames and magma collided violently, and the flames were defeated by the magma within a few seconds. To be continued. Bloodline theory. Then the most filthy bloodline in the world is the Mariajoy group of moths. This fight is really full of variables until now. At this moment, the sky suddenly became covered with dark clouds and there was loud thunder. One Piece Gall D. Roger, Revolutionary Army Dragon, the sons of these two people are actually sworn brothers, it's really surprising. You are just fire, and I am magma that can even be swallowed by flames. Your abilities and mine are not comparable at all. Oh, the pirates echoed loudly. He absolutely cannot accept the result of Marine's defeat. These two important factors that caused the war must die. A voice came down from the sky, shocking everyone present to stop. Ace. Luffy yelled. Boom, boom. Good job, Straw Hat. The pirates were also excited. They paid such a high price and finally rescued Ace. Akainu turned his arm into lava and attacked the two of them. The clouds in the sky went against common sense and slowly fell down. Bang. Only then did everyone see clearly that there were 5 figures on the clouds. Damn pirates, don't even think about escaping. Admiral Akainu appeared out of nowhere. Your bloodline has destined you to an unforgivable crime. Anyone can escape, except your brothers. Boys, prepare to retreat. Whitebeard shouted. What? The god of thunder actually came to the battlefield. Certainly. Chapter 154 A Chaotic Battlefield. Interesting for you. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 164. 41. 55. Thor. The appearance of Amber and his team shocked everyone present. At this moment, both Marine and Whitebeard all turned their attention to the sudden appearance of Amber and the others. Hoo la 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 la, what a high-profile appearance, Thunderbolt Kid. Whitebeard laughed boldly. He didn't expect that his first meeting with this kid would be under such circumstances. He was originally determined to mark a symbol for the previous era in this war. At this time, a trace of emotion inevitably rose in his heart. Feelings of loneliness. Sengoku's face had veins popping out. After sneak attacking Impel down, he still dared to appear here openly. He simply didn't take Marine seriously. Thor, you still dare to show up, have you ever thought about the consequences of what you have done? Sengoku roared. Huh, what are the consequences? It seems like you Marines can do anything to me. I've killed all the celestial dragons, and I'm still not alive and well. Amber shrugged with disdain. Damn it, what is your purpose here? How can such a huge war be without me? If there is any purpose, I am very unhappy with you Marine now, so I decided to let Marineford sink to the bottom of the sea. Thunder God, you can't even think of succeeding. Sengoku immediately transformed into a giant Buddha form, opened his palm and aimed at Amber and his group, sending a shock wave. Call out. Murloc Karate Gun Wave. Jinbei put his palms together and instantly shot out a spinning water column. Ghost Slash. Shiryu of the Rain pulled out the demon sword Leiyu and slashed with a fierce sword energy. Thunder. Nami controlled the dark clouds to release terrifying thunder and lightning. Bang. Boom. Boom. The 3 attacks instantly blocked Sengoku's shock wave, making a terrifying explosion, and the airflow generated by the collision instantly swept through the entire Marineford. How is it possible? The Marshal's attack was resisted. Oh my god, that person is the chief warden of Impel Down, Shiryu of the Rain. There are also 7 warlords of the sea, Haisha Jinbei. Jinbei, Shiryu, are you 2 bastards planning to betray the world government? Sengoku saw the person who was resisting his attack, and instantly became furious and yelled angrily. That's right, Lousy doesn't do Shichibukai anymore. Jinbei tough Kaido. What bullshit justice, bullshit Impel Down, I've had enough for a long time. I just killed a few death row inmates, and that B*********** D Magellan actually put me in jail and sentenced me to death. Shiryu of the Rain said coldly. You 2 bastards. Tisk, 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 Sengoku, it seems that you are getting old and your attacks are so weak. A voice came out. Redfield, who had changed into clothes similar to those of his youth, came out, holding an umbrella-shaped western sword in his hand. Who is this old man? How dare you speak to Marshal Sengoku in such a tone? Didn't you see him standing with Thor? Of course he is an accomplice of Thor. Aren't you talking nonsense? Of course I know that he is an associate of Thor. I am asking about his identity. Quote. The Marines all speculated on the identity of the old man in front of them. Dad, do you know that person? The pirate next to him asked Whitebeard. This man looks so familiar. Could it be? It's incredible that after so many years, he is still alive. Whitebeard said in surprise. It's you, Patrick Redfield. Thor actually released this monster like you. Sengoku gritted his teeth. Ha ha ha, thank you for remembering me. Redfield laughed. Who is it? Why have I never heard of this person's name? It must be some old monster from the old times. Patrick Redfield was famous all over the world before the era of great pirates. He was as famous as Roger, Whitebeard, and Golden Lion. He was known as the aloof Red, and the Red Earl. Sengoku, with a livid face, told the world about Redfield's identity through the phone bug. Redfield, have you joined the Sky Shadow Pirates? There is no other way. The captain rescued me from prison, and I am a person who repays his kindness. I have no choice but to join his pirate group. Damn it. After the Sky Shadow Pirates annexed the Beast's pirates, their overall strength was no longer weaker than that of the Whitebeard pirates. As a result, this old monster was added to the group, making it even more difficult to deal with. At this moment, a dazzling flash of light suddenly flew towards Redfield. Tien Kong Yun sword. Marine Admiral Kizaru, who had been paddling, finally took it seriously. As soon as he made a move, he directly attacked Redfield. The lightsaber composed of flash particles seemed to be about to chop off Redfield's head. Old things from the old days should just accept the reality and retire. Most people would definitely fall for this kind of attack, but Redfield was a man who had cultivated his knowledge to the ultimate level and had already foreseen Kizaru's attack. The battlefield became chaotic again. Damn pirates, don't be so arrogant. This is the Marine headquarters, which gathers most of the world's righteous forces. You don't even want to leave alive today. Akainu yelled angrily. To be continued. Does the current Marine Admiral only do sneak attacks? Redfield laughed. There is no need to be moral when dealing with pirates. Kizaru Kaido. Marines, are you ready? What you have to face next is us. A war broke out again on the battlefield instantly. Ryder followed closely behind and stopped in front of Garp after descending from the clouds. Amber stood up and said calmly, "Since you refuse to accept it, then I will beat you to the ground with dignity, and then imprison you until you are impelled down." He actually gained the upper hand in the battle with Admiral. The Marines shouted in shock. And I am also a member of Marine. Thunder Kid, want to destroy naval headquarters. Step over my body first. Marine hero Garp touched his fists and said fiercely. Call out. Clang clang clang. After all, he took a step too slow, and a cut appeared on his face. Nami and the other three stopped Sengoku, who wanted to support him. I want to hit 10. If you want to destroy naval headquarters, you have to get through us first. Dad, what should we do in this situation? The pirates on the other side fell into a daze for an instant. Weren't they the ones fighting Marine? Then a big fight broke out between the two. Clang. Garp, you caught me impelled down while I was exhausted. We have to settle the score. Ryder said coldly. He quickly drew his western sword and blocked Kizaru's lightsaber. Oh, Redfield distanced himself and fired out several sword energy in an instant. Kizaru quickly transformed into elements to dodge. Clang clang clang. The three admirals with the highest marine combat power have assembled. The pirates attacked the confused Marine aggressively. Does this need to be said? You know Ace was almost killed by the Red Dog just now, thanks to the appearance of Thor. Do we have to leave them here to fight Marine alone now? The two quickly waved the swords in their hands and fought fiercely, fighting dozens of times in an instant. I, Whitebeard, cannot do anything about repaying kindness with hatred. Come on, little ones. Kizaru, Aokiji and Akainu stood side by side and said coldly. Then let's start the war. Amber said coldly, then jumped down from the clouds without fear and went straight to the three admiral. Chapter 155, Alone Against Three Admirals. Time goes back to when Amber and her team first appeared on the battlefield. Mr. Amber. Sure enough, it appeared. Hancock looked at Amber's handsome figure in the sky, his face turned red and his eyes filled with love. Ms. Amber, I miss you so much. You must have felt my thoughts, and that's why Amber showed up. Single quote. Sengoku launched an attack on Amber, and Hancock was instantly angry, but in order to preserve Shichibukai's identity, he did not act rashly. Damn Sengoku, how dare you attack Lord Amber? Single quote. Hancock's rich psychological activities had no impact on the battlefield, and a fierce battle broke out between the two sides. Sweet wind. Hancock finally couldn't stand it anymore and turned all the Marines in front of him into stone. Boa Hancock, what do you want to do? Do you want to go against Marine? The Flying Squirrel Vice Admiral saw Hancock's actions and yelled angrily. It's obvious that these people are here to hinder me, Hancock said arrogantly, and then turned a group of unlucky pirates into stone. You. People all over the world who watched this war through image bugs were dumbfounded, and the successive changes continued to stimulate their hearts. Why did Thor suddenly confront Marine? Isn't this nonsense? Thor is a pirate, and Marine is a natural enemy. This world is so dreamy that I even doubt whether this is a real world. The people started discussing fiercely. Thor God, you are indeed very strong. You can actually kill the world's strongest creature, Kaido of the beasts by yourself, but you are too arrogant to challenge us, the tallest Marines, at the same time. Aokiji said coldly. Even Whitebeard at his peak can't say that he can fight against three admirals alone. Today is your death day. You will never escape, Akainu continued. You actually want to challenge the three admirals alone. What a terrifying thunder god. Kizaru said angrily. Don't you know if you try it? Amber said nonchalantly. Thunderstorm. Raising his hand, several violent thunder and lightning struck at the three of them. The thunder and lightning spread like a spider web, raging around them. Laser. Boom. Kizaru immediately stood in front of the lightning and released laser beams to block the lightning. Dark Hound. Akainu jumped out and turned his arm into lava to attack Amber. Amber's hands were covered with emission and Ba Tang, and she faced him without any sign of weakness. Bang! Akainu's magma arm exploded instantly, splashing everywhere. Aokiji next to him conjured up 2 ice blades and aimed at Amber's neck and slashed them. Amber quickly ducked sideways. Lightspeed kick. Kizaru seized the gap and kicked Amber in the abdomen, sending Amber flying away. The 3 admirals cooperated flawlessly and instantly suppressed Amber. Amber hit the naval headquarters barrier hard. Don't hold back, continue to attack. Akainu said coldly. Great eruption. 8-foot beautiful Magatama. 2 thorn spears. Bang. Rumble. The 3 people's attack produced a huge explosion, and the airflow generated could even blow away some weaker marines and pirates. Thunder God should be dead. Of course, no one in this world can withstand the attack of 3 admirals. Oh. The marines instantly became excited when they saw Amber being knocked away. Sir Amber. Hancock didn't want to care about anything at this time, he just wanted to help Amber. Just when she was about to rush over. Boom, a huge sound suddenly came from the ruins. Amber pushed away the rubble on her body and walked out slowly. Is that a lie? That was a joint attack by 3 admirals. The god of thunder was actually unscathed. As expected of the monster that killed Kaido. Nice attack, just a good time to warm up. Amber patted the dust on her body and said casually. Next, I'm going to get serious. 5 billion volts, god of thunder. Lightning flashed all over Amber's body, her hair and eyebrows slowly turned silver in the lightning, and thunder and lightning surrounded her surroundings. Somewhat similar to Chao. You've become stronger, it's so scary. Kizaru said in a tone that said he wanted to be beaten. This power is almost the same as Roger and Whitebeard at their peak. Aokiji said seriously. No matter what, he must die here today. Akainu said coldly. Then he rushed over again at the lead. Dark Hound. He turned his arm into magma form and attacked fiercely. Thunder. Amber stretched her hand to the sky, and the sky instantly became dark, and countless violent thunder and lightning fell. Boom, boom. The thunder and lightning struck Akainu crazily, and Akainu could only dodge left and right, dodging the thunder and lightning in a panic. Ah, help. Occasionally, a few isolated lightning bolts struck other places, instantly turning the marines and pirates in that area into ashes. A Mankongyan sword. Kizaru suddenly appeared behind Amber and launched an attack on Amber with a lightsaber. Amber could only stop the thunder and lightning, condensed a thunder sword in her hand, and fiercely clashed with Kizaru's lightsaber. Clang clang clang. Pheasant beak. An ice bird flew over from Amber's blind spot unexpectedly. Thunderbird. Amber had to fight Kizaru with one hand, and condensed the Thunderbird with the other hand to resist the ice bird. Bang. Boom. The collision between thunder and ice caused a large amount of water vapor to instantly emit, covering the entire area. The 4 people in the center were the first to bear the brunt. Everyone could no longer see the scene of the 4 fighting each other, and could only hear the sounds of fierce fighting coming from inside. Ace and Luffy took advantage of Admiral being dragged by Amber, and flew away the Vice Admiral who was blocking their way, escaping the encirclement. Ace, don't we go back and help that man? He saved us, Luffy shouted. Luffy is a very simple person. Anyone who treats him well and treats him to meet will be treated as a friend by Luffy. The person just saved his and Ace's lives in danger, and in his mind, he already regarded that person as a friend. Just like Xiaofeng met in Alabasta, who sacrificed his life to attract Marine's pursuit for them. Idiot, we are not allowed to participate in a battle of that level. Why don't we go back and die? Ace cursed. Are we just going to leave our savior and run away? I can't do it, Luffy said stubbornly. Idiot, are you going back to seek death? Ace had no choice but to pull Luffy's neck and drag him away forcefully, stretching Luffy's neck. Luffy suddenly heard a shout. It turns out that the Straw Hat crew caught up with Luffy. Hey, Sanji, Usopp, Kun, Long Dao A, Long Dao B. Luffy shouted the names of his friends excitedly. Then everyone worked together to attack Marine's siege, finally broke out, and successfully reunited with the Whitebeard pirates. Ace, Whitebeard said excitedly when he saw Ace come back alive. Dad, Ace, if you have anything to say, escape first. Leave here first. The next war is not something you can participate in now. What about you, Dad? How can I leave our benefactor to deal with Marine alone? Lousy is a Whitebeard, and he can't do such an ungrateful thing. Hoo la 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 la. After saying that, he turned around and prepared to go inside to help Thor. Dad, thank you for taking care of me all the time. Ace knelt down on his feet and said excitedly. Chapter 156 Chaotic Battle. Interesting for you. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 389. 97. 130. In the center of the battlefield, Garp and Redfield stood facing each other. None of the marines and pirates around them dared to approach them. Garp, you old B***************, D, I must avenge your disgrace today. Redfield said coldly as he drew out his western sword. Redfield was very angry at Garp's act of taking advantage of the situation where he and Kong were both losing and caught him in the Impel down. What made him even more angry was that in order to promote Garp's heroic deeds and cover up Marshal Kong's defeat, Marine announced that Garp had defeated him alone, making the world think that he was defeated at the hands of Garp. I made it up, but considering Marine's urine, there is a high probability that she will do this. He wants to prove to the world. Redfield, I'm not afraid of Garp. Ha ha ha, come on if you have the ability. It's been a long time since I met an equally matched opponent. Garp shook his fist and laughed. Go to hell. Redfield rushed up with his sword and stabbed Garp sharply. Well done. Garp's iron fists were covered with powerful weapons, and he was not afraid to face him. Bang! The fists and swords collided, and a huge sound suddenly erupted. Black lightning appeared and disappeared around them, and the terrifying air pressure generated blew away all the nearby marines and pirates. The strength of a marine hero. It's really too strong. Finally I saw Mr. Garp taking action again. Seeing the terrifying strength of the two men, the surrounding marines and pirates were shocked. Garp, you're not too old to walk yet. Old bat, you too. The two started a fierce battle. On the other side, Nami, Jinbei, and Shiryu of Rain work together to fight Marine Marshal Sengoku. If they fight head-on, the three of them will never be opponents, but without a head-on confrontation, there is still no problem in delaying Sengoku. After all, not everyone is an idiot like Luffy. He knew he was no match but still wanted to confront him head-on. The result was that Mr. Guy gave him a stick and kicked him out of his addiction. You three guys. Sengoku gritted his teeth. He was so frustrated in this battle. The three men kept dodging and did not fight him head-on. One of them flew away, and the other came again, making him feel as uncomfortable as eating dead flies. Marshal Sengoku, as long as we are here, don't even think about supporting him. Shiryu said calmly, smoking a cigar. Thunder God has said that you will never be allowed to pass. Jinbei said with a serious face. What nonsense are you talking about? Keep attacking. Nami said dissatisfied when the two stopped. Desert Sunflower. Nami pressed his hand on the ground, and the ground was instantly transformed into sand, spreading towards Sengoku's location. Boom. The huge golden Buddha instantly lost its balance. Emloculent Karate. Secret technique. Bariken. Jinbei jumped in front of Sengoku, and punched fiercely. Don't even think about it. Sengoku quickly stabilized his body and sent a shock wave with his backhand to knock Jinbei away. Ghost Slash. Shiryu of the Rain has quickly moved behind Sengoku and slashed out with one sword. Kang. But there was a sound of metal collision, which could not break Sengoku's defense at all. Sengoku sent another shock wave with his backhand, and Shiryu of Rain quickly used Moonwalk to step on the air to avoid it. What is this? Sengoku suddenly found himself surrounded by black clouds. Now, Thundercloud. It turns out that Nami took advantage of Sengoku's entanglement with the other two to activate his own ability and transform into a thundercloud. Boom, Zitsa. The thundercloud instantly released a large amount of lightning and struck the golden Buddha. Damn it, you bastards. Even Marshal Marine was hit head-on by the terrifying lightning and couldn't get away for a while. Bang. Amber clenched her fist and blasted away the attacking Akainu again. Ice Age. The endless biting ice spread quickly and attacked Amber. Amber put her hands on the ground. Thunderstorm. The violent thunder and lightning spread rapidly along the ground, and the terrifying high temperature quickly melted the ice in Aokiji. The water traces left after the ice melted greatly enhanced the power of the thunder and lightning, controlling the thunder and lightning to form a thunder dragon tens of meters tall. Roar. The thunder dragon roared angrily at the three people, and then swung its huge body towards them. Dog bites Gurren. Violent pheasant mouth. Laser beam. The three of them took action together and launched an attack to fend off the thunder dragon. You three are really strong together, so there's no need for me to hold back. Amber said coldly. Stop talking nonsense. How dare you say you are holding back against three admirals at the same time? Akainu said disdainfully. Really, Akainu, have you forgotten how your left arm was broken? UB ***************. Seeing that Thor dared to mention this matter, Akainu instantly became furious. Now let you feel its power again. Amber's eyes turned blood red in a daze, and there was a windmill pattern in the pupils, which looked very mysterious and weird. No, get away quickly. These familiar eyes brought back the nightmares that had tortured Akainu countless times, and he quickly shouted. Amaterasu. Kizaru and Aokiji quickly evaded the moment they were reminded by Akainu. A strange black flame appeared out of thin air where the three of them were standing, and the terrifying high temperature even distorted the air. This is the shortcoming of Amaterasu. Although it is very powerful, its release speed is very slow. As long as it is consciously avoided or resisted, it is difficult to burn people, so this also leads to the embarrassing situation that it rarely burns to death. The reason why Amber was able to burn Akainu's left arm last time was purely because Akainu didn't understand the technique. Of course, Amber can still expand Amaterasu's burning range and even cover the entire island, but there are still many people on the battlefield, so it's not good to kill them all like this. Amaterasu swallowed up a large chunk of land, lost Amber's control, and quickly disappeared. Be careful not to look into Thor's eyes. Aokiji shouted, remembering the strange move Thor used in Eni's lobby. Damn, you two bastards. Amber cursed secretly. Three Admiral besieged again. Amber had no choice but to fight again. With Kizaru's presence, Susanoo was just a target, sacrificing her speed advantage. Bang. Boom. Boom. The three admirals cooperated flawlessly and instantly suppressed Amber. Although Amber has an immortal body and doesn't have to worry about getting hurt, she really can't beat the three admirals together. Of course, the fight continued until the three of them were exhausted, and Amber won in the end. Thunderboy, let me help you. A powerful shock wave violently attacked the three admirals. The three of them ducked away instantly. Bang. White shock waves hit the ground, causing a huge explosion, leaving a large crater tens of meters deep. Whitebeard. Just in time. Amber smiled. 1 versus 3 is really frustrating, and they are all 9 stars, so the difference in strength is not so big as to make a qualitative difference. Kalalalalalalalalalalalal. You saved Ace. I'm not an ungrateful person. Whitebeard Kaido. Do you know why Whitebeard laughs so long every time? Because I am talking about word count, just like now I am talking about dozens of words openly. Are you not convinced? Hit me, dog head. Thunderboy, you are very strong. You can actually fight 3 admirals by yourself for so long. Thank you for the compliment. I know I'm very strong. Amber admitted without humility. Hoo la 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 la, you are so interesting. Whitebeard, do you think you can change anything? Today, neither you nor Thor can escape. Akainu said coldly. Escape. The word, escape, is not in Lousie's dictionary yet. Magma Kid, you are too arrogant. Whitebeard, your time has passed long ago. Accept your fate and die. The person who can kill Lousie hasn't been born yet. Lousie is Whitebeard. After saying that, he attached the power of vibration to the bushungiri and struck at Akainu. Akainu showed no sign of weakness and raised his foot to block. Bang! The power of vibration and the power of magma fiercely confronted each other. Laser. A ray suddenly shot towards Whitebeard, and Amber dissolved the laser ray with a burst of lightning. Kizaru, you old CT really likes sneak attacks. Do we still need to be moral when dealing with pirates? Kizaru Kaido. The opponent of you two is me. God's punishment. Sizzle. Violent thunder and lightning instantly attacked the two of them. Ice Age. 8-foot beautiful Magatama. The war broke out again. Chapter 157 Momo Fruit. Swish, swish, swish. Redfield instantly slashed out several sharp sword chi. Iron body. Garp did not dodge, but stood in place to resist the sword chi. Dang. The sword chi slashed Garp's chest, making a sound of metal collision. It instantly cut Garp's clothes, but there was no wound left. Garp. See, this is how to use iron body, I will only demonstrate it once. CP9, Marine. Old bat, your attack is not good. Garp picked his nose and said casually. Garp, you old monster is still so strong. Redfield sighed. So you want to surrender? I can let Sengoku arrange an exclusive luxury suite for you to spend your old age in Impel down. No need, I just came out and have no intention of going back. Redfield was full of black lines. That's not up to you. Shave. Garp stomped on the ground, leaving a hole of several meters, and moved quickly over. No use to me. Redfield's observation Haki instantly sensed Garp's position, and the rapier in his hand slashed out fiercely. Iron fist. Dang. The two fought to a draw again. Nami and 3 others fought Sengoku. Don't underestimate justice. Sengoku roared. The golden light on his body became more intense, and the Buddha expanded again, instantly breaking free from Nami's thundercloud. Shockwave. A shockwave was sent out from his palm and hit Nami. Sandstorm. Nami quickly threw out a sandstorm to resist. Sand. I remember you ate crocodile's sand fruit, right? What happened to the thundercloud just now? Sengoku, who had been focusing on fighting, finally reacted. The pirate in front of him could actually use 2 different abilities. After all, this is a battlefield that determines life and death. Everyone is fighting desperately, and no one will deliberately pay attention to these things. Have you completely mastered the technique of eating multiple devil fruits? So after Thor, you also got this ability. Sengoku instantly thought of Thor, who also showed many different abilities. After the Battle of Enies Lobby, the world government invested a lot of money to research this technology, but unfortunately it was still in vain. They still regarded Amber's Sharingan ability as the power of devil fruit. Want to know? I just won't tell you. Nami smiled mischievously. You, shock wave. Sengoku attacked again in anger. Fishman karate sea flow shoulder throw. Demon man 9 slash. Sandstorm. It was blocked by the 3 people again. On the other side, Amber and Whitebeard fought against the 3 admirals. With Whitebeard as a helper to deal with Akainu, Amber was much more relaxed. With her desperate fighting style, she actually stalemate with the 2 admirals for a while. Whitebeard's situation against Akainu was not optimistic. His chest injury seriously affected his strength, and he was too old and couldn't keep up with his physical strength. Although he barely tied with Akainu, he was already out of breath. Whitebeard, accept the reality when you are old, and go down to find Roger. Akainu attacked and foul-mouthed. Kulala lala. Press Akainu to the ground and activate the vibration ability instantly. Vibrate. Bang. Whitebeard is in danger, it seems it's time. As that, devil fruit. Looking at the dangerous Whitebeard, Amber prepared to eat the Momo fruit looted in Impel down. Oh my god, he ate it. Idiot. How is that possible? Those are the 4 emperors. Despite the extreme pain, he still endured and launched a magma attack. It would take at least 10 days and 10 nights to defeat their alliance. Everyone at the scene went crazy. The rules that have existed since ancient times were broken. Dog bites Red Lotus. What is this for? Marine. A loud roar attracted everyone's attention. What big move is Thor going to make? Akainu took the opportunity to jump and escaped from Whitebeard's control. Boom. A bolt of lightning forced Kizaru away, and then teleported to the sky. Is he going to surrender because he can't beat the admiral? This is incredible. What happened to this world? Is it? Impossible. He should have eaten 2 fruits, how could he eat a third one? Sengoku looked at Thor's actions and said in disbelief. Ordinary people who watched the war through the video bugs talked about Thor's strange behavior. The reason why she didn't eat it before was to test her own limits. As it turned out, Amber can only tie with 2 admirals at most now, and 3 admirals will be suppressed instantly. What exactly does Thor want to do? As we all know, Thor is the user of Logia Thunder Fruit. He ate the second devil fruit and didn't explode. Wow. To be continued. The ground where Akainu was instantly sank 5 meters, creating a huge pit with a diameter of 10 meters. Whitebeard dodged sideways, and half of his beard on the left side was instantly burned. I want to invite you to watch a grand performance, the birth ceremony of the world's strongest. Amber bit it in front of the whole world. Akainu spit out a mouthful of blood. I feel great now. Then he took out the Momo fruit from the system space. Although they can't kill Amber because of their immortal bodies, they can kick her around like a ball, and Amber has no way to deal with it. Thor, what do you want to do? Sengoku shouted. Chapter 158 The Power of the Momo Fruit. Amber carefully felt the changes in her body. Now, go ahead. Disappeared in a burst of lightning, and then teleported in front of Akainu. Momo 10 times the power. Are you Akainu not meat? See if you can block this move. His hand was instantly covered with emission plus Batai, and he punched it out. A-hole. Akainu cursed and quickly crossed his hands in front of him. Bang. Boom. Wow. Akainu spat out a mouthful of blood, then flew backwards, hitting the wall heavily, and remained motionless for a long time. It's very powerful, Amber praised. The next blow broke through Akainu's weapon color and wounded him. Although it has elements of a sneak attack, the attack amplification power alone makes this fruit worth eating. When Amber transformed into the immortal body of the Majin Ragdoll, he was no longer human, and the curse of the sea had no effect on him. Except that he did not have the powerful power of the Majin Ragdoll, his physique was the same as that of the Majin Ragdoll. Patch. When Amber fought against the 3 admirals alone, she didn't know how many punches she received, but Akainu could always get up again like Xiao Chang. Akainu Admiral, the Marines instantly exclaimed. So strong. Just give Akainu Admiral. Can anyone stop Thor now? It's over Marine. We are all going to die here today. Ogasan, I don't want to die yet. Marine on the ground floor saw this desperate scene and instantly panicked. This punch has completely surpassed what I used to be. Even at my peak, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to punch such a punch. Whitebeard said in shock. Amber has become stronger. Nami laughed. Thunder God, I'm afraid he really is the strongest in the world. Jinbei said in shock. It seems I didn't choose the wrong captain. Shiryu said calmly. That boy's combat power has completely surpassed ours before. Redfield said with emotion as he forced Garp away with a sword. Ha ha ha, I'm looking forward to fighting him. Garp Kaido. As for Akainu's life and death, no one really has time to care at this time. Calm down everyone, we haven't lost yet. When morale was about to collapse, Sengoku once again hit the 3 people blocking the way with a shock wave, jumped out and shouted. Marshal Sengoku. The Marines shouted as if they had found their backbone. Are you still going to hold on? Amber looked at Sengoku and said calmly. Thor God, no matter how strong you become, you can't defeat Marine's justice. Die for justice and deserve to die. Sengoku roared. Die for justice and die well. The Marines yelled crazily. At this moment, the Marines on the scene had put their life and death aside, just to maintain the justice in their hearts. Very good, then I will give you this opportunity. You step back first, and I will deal with them alone. Amber turned back to Nami and others. Nami and others stopped and moved aside. Only Redfield showed a bit of reluctance, and then thought of Amber's agreement to his conditions, so he withdrew to the side. Thor God, don't be too arrogant. Come on, let me see how strong the power of justice is. Thunderboy, let me meet you. Garp walked over carelessly. 2 admirals, Aokiji and Kizaru, also gathered around. Sengoku, Garp, Aokiji, and Kizaru formed a circle, surrounding Amber. Is Thor crazy if he wants to deal with 4 top combat forces by himself? Are you stupid? Just now Thor knocked down an admiral with 1 strike. Didn't you see that? You are the stupid one, it was clearly a sneak attack by the God of Thunder just now. The audience started talking a lot. Fist bone. Garp rushed forward first, and suddenly punched out the black iron fist covered in military colors. Momo, 10 times more powerful. Amber punched him without fear. Bang. Boom. The 2 fists collided, causing a huge explosion in an instant. Black lightning intertwined and entangled, and the strong air pressure generated made it difficult to open one's eyes. Crack, crack, crack. The space was shattered like a mirror, and the powerful power of the 2 people actually had the same effect as when Whitebeard activated his ability. The stalemate lasted only a few seconds before Garp flew backwards and slid on the ground, leaving a long ravine. Vice Admiral Garp actually lost in a head-on confrontation. The Marines were shocked. Shock wave. Seeing that Garp was at a disadvantage, Sengoku took action decisively and unleashed a golden shock wave. Momo 10 times amplification. Amber fired a bolt of lightning and used Momo Fruit to amplify it. The lightning that was originally only as thick as a water tank instantly turned into a thunder pillar several meters in diameter. Bang! The shock wave collided with the thunder pillar, and it lasted less than a second before being defeated. The thunder pillar struck Sengoku's Buddha body, instantly shattering half of the Buddha's body. Nami and the others tried their best, but they couldn't injure the Buddha's body at all. Amber's casual blow was beaten to pieces. Let's go together. No one can match him one-on-one. Sengoku roared. In a burst of golden light, Vice Admiral's Buddha body returned to its original shape and called out to the remaining 3 people. Shock wave. The giant Buddha's body clasped its hands together and sent out a shock wave with all its strength. Fist bone. Garp suddenly waved his fist, forming a fist wind that destroyed the world. Hachiku Magatama. Kizaru jumped into the air and instantly fired hundreds of dense light bullets. Ice Age. Aokiji sent out a white freezing ray, covering thousands of miles of ice wherever it passed. The 4 people attacked Amber quickly with powerful attacks. 500 million volts Brontosaurus. The Momo Fruit activated instantly, and the Thunder Dragon's body instantly became 100 meters in size. Roar. Howling and clashing with the attacks of 4 people. Bang. A huge explosion occurred instantly, resounding throughout the entire world. The entire sea area shook continuously, setting off huge tsunamis one after another. The scene was no worse than the tsunami caused by Whitebeard when he first appeared. Ah! Help! What a terrifying power! Someone help me, I'm about to be blown away. The terrifying aftermath instantly affected everyone present. The strong ones could still resist, but the weak ones narrowly escaped death. Crack. Single quote. Marineford split into several small islands with a shattering sound. Just the aftermath destroyed an island. If that kind of attack hits the ground, wouldn't we all die? It's terrible. It seems you can't protect Marineford. Seeing the ugly looks on the faces of the people in front of her, Amber smiled. Chapter 159 Red Hair arrives, the war is over. Interesting for you. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 644. 161. 215. As long as people are still there, the Marine headquarters can be rebuilt if it is destroyed. Only you, Thor. We must not let you escape, otherwise it will be a major negligence of our Marine. Sengoku said righteously. In that case, let's keep fighting. Amber shrugged and said casually. Then he jumped into the air and stretched his hands to the sky. The sky instantly became covered with dark clouds, with lightning and thunder. Lei Ying. A huge thunder ball condensed in Amber's hand. Momo Fruit 10 times increase. The thunderball instantly became as big as the entire Marineford. Seeing the huge thunder ball filled with the aura of destruction, everyone present panicked. Thor, what else do you want to do? Does he want to wipe Marineford off the map completely? Yamiro, stop it, I don't want to die yet. At this time, both Marines and pirates felt the threat of death. Thor God, what do you want to do? Sengoku said in a panic. This is a gift for you. Pushing with both hands, the huge thunder ball slowly fell. Thunderboy, UB************ D is too messy. Even Whitebeard couldn't help cursing at this time. Although he was confident that he could survive this terrifying move, his son might not survive. Sengoku, let's stop fighting first and deal with this attack together. Whitebeard looked at Sengoku and suggested. Quote. Okay. Sengoku agreed with a livid face. Marine joins forces with pirates. This has not happened for many years. Since the Battle of God's Valley, Marine and pirates have never cooperated again. Boys, work with Marine to stop this attack, otherwise we will all die. Whitebeard yelled at his sons. Yes, Dad, the pirates responded loudly. In order to survive, these pirates don't care who they join forces with. Attack with the Whitebeard pirates. Sengoku also ordered. What, do you want to join forces with pirates? How is it possible? These evil pirates. Damn it, joining forces with this group of criminals has simply tainted Marine. Some Marines who have spent their lives fighting pirates cannot accept it. Fool. At this time, Garp roared, attracting everyone's attention. If a person dies, there will be nothing left. Whatever justice, evil, and stance, I will put them all aside now. Save everything until we get through the immediate crisis. Yes, the Marines responded loudly. The reputation of Marine heroes cannot be built up, and they respond to every call. Shock wave, 8-foot beautiful Magatama. 2 thorn spears. Quote. Marines and pirates with a little bit of strength launched their own attacks. Get out of here. The crowd roared angrily, miraculously pushing the giant thunder ball upward slowly. We're almost done, Amber murmured. Then he controlled the thunderball to rise into the sky, cooperating with everyone's performance. They didn't know that this thunderball would explode. If Amber hadn't secretly controlled it, the entire Marineford would have completely disappeared from the map the moment their attack came into contact with the thunderball. Boom. The thunderball rose to a high altitude and instantly produced a huge explosion, which affected several kilometers in radius. The dazzling white light it emitted even overshadowed the light of the sun, plunging the sky outside this area into brief darkness. Blocked. Terrible. We survived. At this moment, both Marines and pirates were shouting hysterically, venting their joy after the disaster. Tap tap tap. Crisp footsteps sounded on the field, and a group of figures walked slowly. The mighty conquerors swept the entire venue, and this group of people was none other than the 4 Emperors group, the Red Hair Pirates. Although I came a little late, I finally caught up. After Wanokuni received information from Thor, the Red Hair Pirates rushed to the Marine headquarters day and night, but they were still too late to catch up with the battle. Wano Kuni is really far away from here, and not everyone can hope to be able to fly directly to wherever they want like Amber and the others. That's another 4 emperors. Oh my god, is it true that God wants to destroy us Marine? 4 emperors have destroyed Marineford. 3, we are really doomed. Everyone exclaimed when they saw the red hair pirates arriving. Red hair, what is your purpose here? Sengoku asked seriously. Afterwards, everyone in the Whitebeard pirates boarded their own ship and slowly left the Marine headquarters. Everyone was immersed in the joy of ending the war. Long live. After hearing the red-haired words, everyone present changed their expressions. Red hair, this war has reached this point, do you think it can stop? Sengoku said with a livid face. Amber's group took a ride on Whitebeard and boarded the Moby DK. Everyone, this war is completely over. After bowing his head and struggling for a long time, Sengoku struggled to say these 3 words. I wonder if you could give me a favor and stop this war. Red-haired Shanks Kaido. At this moment, it no longer makes sense whether Marine wins or the pirates win. If there is anyone who hasn't fought enough, we red hair pirates will be his opponent next. Haki said as the red hair pulled out the griffin sword from his waist. Marines, pirates, and ordinary civilians all cheered. Quote. By now, both the Marines and the pirates are exhausted. At this time, the red hair pirates are undoubtedly leading the direction of this war. Sengoku then announced the news to the world through a phone bug. Leaving Marine and Marineford in ruins. As this, the end. To be continued. What about you, Marshal Sengoku? The red-haired man looked at the last Sengoku. Amber stayed in the sky, quietly watching the red-haired pen. And you, Thor, red hair, you be asterisk. D. Sengoku said angrily. There should not be war in this world. Whitebeard said nothing. He wanted to end the war. Ace had been rescued anyway, but Marine was unwilling to let them go. No problem, Whitebeard. Long live peace. The members of the red hair pirates got into fighting poses. Enough people have died as a result of this war. Don't add any more unnecessary casualties. Hoo la 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 la, I've wanted to end it for a long time. Whitebeard laughed. The red-haired Amber shouted towards the sky. It is finally over. I agree. Anyway, the Marine headquarters is destroyed. It's time for me to go home and sleep. Amber said casually. The largest war in history involving the world government, Marine headquarters, and the 3-4 emperors has finally come to an end. Quote. I agree. Chapter 160 Lottery. Moby DK. A legend, 2-4 emperors are standing on the bow. Kalalalalalalalal. Thor, thank you so much this time. Whitebeard laughed. Actually, my main purpose this time is to destroy the Marine headquarters, and I'm just helping you by the way. Amber said casually. After looking at the mission of destroy the Marine headquarters on the mission panel, it has obviously been completed, and the other mission of breaking the undersea prison has also been completed. What rewards can you draw next? Amber is looking forward to it. No matter what, you have done us a big favor. I, Whitebeard, will remember this kindness. If you need anything in the future, just come to me. Whitebeard Kaido. Repaying kindness is one of his Whitebeard creeds in life. Whitebeard, you are really old. An admiral can beat you like this, ha ha ha. Redfield laughed. Kalalalalalalalala, you old bat isn't much better. Whitebeard Kaido. That's better than you. Quote. 2 legendary figures from the old era began to talk about the past. Amber ignored it and opened the system's task panel. Side mission. Destroy the Marine headquarters. The mission has been completed and you will receive a purple lottery. Side mission. Breaking the undersea prison. The mission has been completed and you will receive an orange lottery draw. Lottery levels. White, orange, purple, gold. System, what's going on? Why did I only get the orange lottery for the task of breaking the undersea prison? Amber asked confused. The lowest level he had completed in the past was a purple lottery. The orange lottery was so low level that Amber was already a little disgusted. Just like people who are used to a wealthy life, it is difficult to endure a poor life. Ding. Host, the task reward depends not only on the completion of the task, but also on the difficulty of the task. If the host is in a weak period, breaking Impel down may even win a golden lottery, but now the host's strength, after system evaluation, accomplishing this task is a piece of cake. The system explained. Okay, you make the rules anyway, you have the final say. Amber didn't care anymore. Let the lottery begin. Host has 1 purple draw and 1 orange draw. Which draw should be used? Here's an appetizer first, use the orange draw. Okay. A big turntable appeared in front of Amber's eyes. There are hundreds of items densely packed on it, and the system will be updated regularly. The pointer began to rotate rapidly, exceeding the observation limit of the human eye, and it took more than 10 seconds to slowly stop. The dial pointed by the pointer clearly says, Holy Water 3. System, what is this? Amber asked doubtfully. Holy water is a god in a certain plane. It has been refined through painstaking efforts. It is a magical medicine that can increase people's lifespan and restore injuries. A drop of holy water can increase people's lifespan by 10 years. System explained. Recover injuries. Increase lifespan. What is the use of this kind of thing? I have an immortal body, so I don't have to worry about injuries and aging. It's just an orange lottery. Amber said speechlessly. Amber is a typical man who is full but does not know how hungry he is. Things like sacred water are considered precious treasures in all the worlds. The effect is even better than the fairy beans in Dragon Ball. After all, the fairy beans can only restore injuries, but cannot increase people's lifespan. If the ancient emperors knew about this treasure, they would definitely use all means to obtain it at all costs. Host can give it to his companions. The system suggested. Amber's breathing began to quicken, and even her voice trembled a little. As for the saint who said that playing with the souls of the dead is immoral, Amber said, "Get down on me." After that, the system disappeared. It doesn't matter. Whitebeard, let me ask you, do you want to restore yourself to your peak period? Okay, host. Nami and the others. It won't be of much use. After all, I will go looking for pure gold after I go back this time. System, start instilling memories. Use the purple lottery, Amber ordered. Yes, host. System Kaido. Okay, host. Isn't host's goal to overthrow the world government? It will definitely require a lot of helpers, and aren't the two people in front of host very good helpers? Moreover, after systematic improvements, the use of this technique will no longer require chakra, and only requires the host's mental power. To be continued. ... The pointer began to rotate rapidly, and slowly stopped after more than 10 seconds. Host has completed all the draws, I wish host good luck. There are so many strong people who have died in the world of One Piece for thousands of years. As long as Amber gets a part of their physical tissues and sacrifices a few evil pirates, she can have as many thugs as she wants. You mean Whitebeard and Redfield? Yes, why didn't I think of it? These two old bastards were legendary fighters who surpassed Admiral when they were young. Amber suddenly realized. That's precious, I have to carefully select the candidate. Amber thought to herself. So this sacred water is very useful. You have to use it sparingly. Redfield can find him a vampire fruit. Anyway, he is in the sleeping ancient town. I saw that the turntable pointed by the pointer had reanimation jutsu written on it. FK, FK, FK. This is so awesome, Amber said in shock. System, does this 3 words mean there are only 3 drops? Thor, what are you thinking about? Looking at the dazed Amber, Whitebeard asked in confusion. For example, the 4 emperors Kaido, the great pirate rocks of the old times, and even the pirate king Gall D. Roger who were killed by Amber can impure world reincarnation. At that time, no matter how many means the world government hides, no matter how strong Lord I Am is, the world government will be finished. Yes, the prize is the S-class summoning forbidden technique reanimation jutsu invented by second Hokage Senju Tobarama from the world of Hokage ninja. This technique can summon the souls of people who have long died from the underworld back to the human world and revive them in the form of entities. After a burst of light, Amber found that she had an extra memory out of thin air, which was about the use of reanimation jutsu. You should know that there is also the underworld in the world of One Piece. The place where the souls of the dead go after death is called the underworld. After Brook ate the underworld fruit, his soul floated back to the human world from the underworld and reattached to his body skeleton. The turntable in front of her disappeared immediately, and a new turntable reappeared, which was the turntable dedicated to the purple lottery. For the rest, you can find a few more old guys to help them restore their peak combat power, and then you will have a few more thugs to overthrow the world government. I seem to remember that the golden lion flying in the sky is also a good target. System. This reanimation jutsu is not the one I think of. As long as she can achieve her goal, Amber doesn't care how dirty the means are. Amber also exited the system space. Chapter 161 Restoring Youth. Returning to his peak, Whitebeard repeated doubtfully. Yes, I have a magical medicine that can heal injuries and increase lifespan. Amber briefly introduced the effects of sacred water. Huh, how is it possible that there is such a medicine? Hearing the miraculous effects of sacred water, even the well-informed Whitebeard couldn't help but breathe quickly and said in disbelief. This medicine is real, and it's in my hand. Amber said calmly. Captain, according to our agreement, you should help me regain my youth first, right? Before Whitebeard could speak, Redfield stopped. You said it nicely in Impel down, but now that there is a medicine to increase lifespan, you actually gave it to Whitebeard first. I have other plans to help you regain your youth. Then he took out a picture, which was a pink devil fruit. Zone bat fruit phantom beast species vampire form, can restore youth by sucking blood. Yes, this is the fruit I need. Tell me where it is. Redfield said excitedly. Don't worry, we will look for it later. No, tell me where this fruit is. Tell me now. Redfield pressed Amber's shoulders hard, obviously losing his mind. I said, I'll help you find it later. Amber grabbed Redfield's hand on her shoulder and broke it open forcefully. Redfield was about to say something. Seeing Amber's stern expression, she was obviously dissatisfied with his actions, and then she regained her senses. This guy was already as strong as a monster. After eating the Momo fruit, he became even stronger and could even deal with 4 legendary warriors by himself. You must know that even the Golden Lion was defeated by the 2 legendary warriors Garp and Sengoku. Thor was actually able to deal with 4 of them without falling behind. He was simply stronger than Roger and Whitebeard at their peak. Even when I was young, I probably couldn't defeat him, let alone being old and frail now. So Redfield wisely chose to give in. This fruit really makes people feel uncomfortable. Whitebeard frowned. To actually rejuvenate by sucking human blood is really not what Whitebeard likes. Ha ha ha, Whitebeard, you are still so boring and stick to those boring morals. As long as you can achieve the goal, the means are not a problem at all. You and I are not the same person. Whitebeard shot back. How's it going, Whitebeard? Amber asked. This magical medicine must be very precious, right? I don't understand why you would use it for me. What are your conditions? Whitebeard did not agree immediately. Because he knows that there is no free lunch in this world. Whitebeard, do you know why I want to kill celestial dragons live? Amber didn't say it clearly, but asked a question first. You have a grudge against the celestial dragons. Whitebeard guessed. No, my purpose of killing the celestial dragons is to pull them down from their high altar. Let the world clearly see the true face of the so-called descendants of the Creator, the so-called gods, the world's noble celestial dragons, a group of garbage among garbage. Amber said disdainfully. It disgusts me that these disgusting pieces of trash actually rule the world, so I decided to kill them all. If I want to do this, I must want to overthrow their protective umbrella, the world government. What? The two said in shock. Help. It's okay. This is a normal reaction. The sacred water is repairing the various hidden wounds he has left over the years. Then he activated his vibration ability and punched the sea fiercely. After drinking it, Whitebeard suddenly glowed with green light representing life. The three of Amber discussed some more things and then returned to the deck. Whitebeard, when you were at Marineford, you must have had the consciousness to fight to the death. That's why I went to Marineford to save you. And you, the strongest man in the world, Whitebeard, possess terrifying power that even the world government is afraid of. You are the indispensable help for me to overthrow the world. Under the repair of the holy water, Whitebeard's abdominal wound severely injured by Akainu began to recover quickly. I feel 10 years younger now, my whole body is full of strength, and all the pain in my body has disappeared. Quote. Whitebeard was silent at first, and then said helplessly, I have no choice. Since I owe you such a big debt, I can only go crazy with you. To be continued. The wrinkles on his face also began to decrease significantly, and the white beard that had been burned grew back, and finally the green light slowly disappeared. Dad, your hair. With such courage, you are worthy of being called the world's strongest man. Amber praised. Is it an enemy attack? Is Marine catching up? Calm down, you all survived the largest war in history. How unbecoming is it to panic in such a small scene? Diamond Josie scolded. Boom. What's going on? Redfield asked doubtfully. It's cool, it's so comfortable. I've never felt so comfortable. It's like the weight that has been tied to my body has been removed. Whitebeard laughed. The pirates are originally rebels, in the eyes of the world government, and the four emperors are even more rebels among rebels. Regardless of whether they rebel against the world government or not, they will not escape death if they are caught. Naturally, Whitebeard does not have the concerns like Fishman Island. Even living legends like them have never had such terrifying ambitions. Don't be nervous, it's just a small noise caused by the three emperors. Marco said calmly, crossing his arms. What happened? Then he took out the bottle containing sacred water from the system space. The pirates were startled by the sudden vibration. Whitebeard, take a look at the hood on your head. This is the medicine I mentioned. Do you dare to drink it? Yes. Hoo la 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 la, why don't you dare? Lousy is Whitebeard. Whitebeard did as he was told, and saw that his original bald head had now grown back with golden hair. This was the magical effect of the sacred water. A huge noise erupted instantly, followed by a huge tsunami. I was also wondering in my heart, Dad, what are they doing to make such a big noise? Single quote. He immediately took the bottle and drank the sacred water, without hesitation. Chapter 162 Alliance and Banquet. Kulala la. La 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 la. Alliance with Whitebeard. How big is the captain's ambition? I'm really looking forward to it. Shiryu next to him was surprised. Mr. Amber has always been mysterious and unpredictable, and her thoughts are hard to guess. Jinbei exclaimed. Amber is such a person. Nami laughed. Afterwards, the two captains signed the covenant in front of everyone and officially reached an alliance. The Straw Hat Pirates who escaped. I wonder how the battle is going over there. Ekin frowned. I don't think it should be a big problem. You should have seen the performance of the four emperors Thunder God. It's incredible that he fought 3 admirals alone. Sanji analyzed while smoking. Luffy's dream is to become the Pirate King, but the 4 emperors standing in front of him are such terrible monsters. Usopp said in shock. Luffy and Ace stood at the bow of the Mary and looked towards the naval headquarters. It's all my fault. I was too weak. I lost to Blackbeard first, and then was killed by Admiral. I thought I was a strong man, but it turned out to be a joke. If something happened to my father, it's all my fault. Ace blamed himself. Originally, Ace would never leave Whitebeard and run away alone, but the battle with Akainu made him realize how weak he was. He would only hinder his father, and he had to protect his brother Luffy. Ace. Luffy didn't know how to comfort him. He was a stubborn guy. There's a fleet catching up behind us. Everyone be careful. Kunken, who was standing on the lookout, shouted. Instantly attracted the attention of everyone on the ship. Is it, Marine? Usopp said tremblingly. It looks like we have to fight again. Sanji said helplessly. It seems that this group of Marines haven't had enough of our Kun brothers combo skills. Ekin lifted his overalls and said with fighting spirit. No. Not Marines, pirates. I saw the pirate flag. Kunkan Kaido. Could it be Dad and the others? Ace said in surprise. ... Dad, Ace and his brother are just ahead. Marco said with a smile. Kulala la 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 la. It seems that my son is fine. Come over, Whitebeard Kaido. Yes. Then the two ships met. Dad, I'm so glad you're all okay. Looking at the people who were intact, Ace said excitedly. Dad, your hair, it's all thanks to Thor. Whitebeard Kaido. Then, Ace walked in front of Amber. With a thump, he knelt down. Thor, thanks to you, I was able to survive this time. I owe you a life. If you have any requests in the future, just ask me and I will never refuse. No need, Whitebeard has already paid it back. Amber helped Ace up and smiled. Dad, Ace looked at Whitebeard in confusion. I promised Thor to help him do something. Whitebeard said casually, as if he didn't take the world government seriously at all. Okay, to celebrate our successful rescue of Ace, let's have a party today. Whitebeard shouted. Oh 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 oh. Everyone cheered immediately. Feast, party, party, I'm so hungry, I want meat. Luffy's voice was particularly loud. Luffy, this is the pirate ship of the Four Emperors, it's really embarrassing for you to do this. Usopp complained. Sorry, our stupid captain has caused trouble for everyone. Sanji covered his face helplessly. Ekin, Kunkan, why are you covering my mouth? I want to eat meat. Luffy struggled and shouted. Kulala la 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 la, I quite like this straw hat boy. Whitebeard laughed. Ha ha ha, Ace, your brother is so funny. You two brothers are so similar in this respect. Everyone laughed. Then, a grand banquet was held on the ship. Sanji volunteered to run to the kitchen to show off his cooking skills, and even the chef of the Whitebeard pirates could not help but be amazed by his cooking skills. Guests came and went, and everyone was immersed in the banquet, drunk and venting. Chapter 163 Whitebeard vs Thor 1. In the early morning, Amber stood alone on the deck and looked into the distance. Oh, Thor, you woke up so early, even though you just experienced such a high-intensity battle yesterday. Whitebeard's voice suddenly came from behind. You too, Amber replied. Thanks to your medicine, I feel more energetic than ever before. With that said, Whitebeard also found a seat on the deck and sat down. I really want to thank you this time. Didn't you thank me? Amber asked doubtfully. I'm talking about another thing. Teach will die in your hands. Hey, how did you know? I remember I never said it. Amber asked in confusion. Intuition. That guy carefully planned this war. He must be planning something earth-shattering, but he didn't appear on the battlefield from beginning to end. This is not normal. Since the old bat is out, you must have been to Impel down and killed him there. Whitebeard analyzed. Sure enough, none of the emperors who can stand at the top of the sea are simple. Amber said with emotion. 4 emperors from another parallel plane, Buggy the Clown, Achu, who? Who is it? How dare you scold me behind my back? Come out. Teach has been on my ship for more than 20 years and has always played an honest role. Even though I have seen countless people and things, I have never discovered his ambition. Then his acting skills are really good. That guy is the only one who is not worthy of being my son. I thought that after he had been planning for so long, he would definitely set off a terrifying storm on this sea. I didn't expect that he would die silently in your hands in the end. What a twist of fate. Whitebeard sighed. Amber listened quietly to Whitebeard blowing water. You are really similar to a person I once knew. You have the same terrible ambition and the same thoughtfulness. Is it rocks? Hey, how did you know? Whitebeard asked in surprise. You must know that the world government has erased everything about the Rocks pirate from history. If you are not a person who lived at that time, it is impossible to know. Rayleigh told me. Amber pushed Rayleigh out. It's that old guy Rayleigh. What's your relationship with him? It should be regarded as master and apprentice. He taught me Haki and Taijutsu for half a year. I see. No wonder you have such great strength at such a young age. A great teacher really makes a great disciple. Whitebeard said with emotion. Rayleigh, did you see that lousy taught an apprentice who can fight 4 legendary battles? What do you mean by mediocre teacher? You are slandering and slandering. Quote. Amber didn't bother to refute. I'm different from Rocks. He is a loser, and I will be the first person in 800 years to successfully overthrow the world government. Hoo la 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 la, you are really full of confidence. Although you are strong, you don't take world government seriously. They have countless trump cards in their hands, and among them is a weapon capable of destroying the world. I know, isn't it Uranus, one of the 3 ancient weapons? You also know this. Rayleigh also told you. It seems that this old guy really regards you as his successor. Whitebeard said strangely. Now that you know it, are you still so confident? The cards I hold in my hand are no less than those of the world government, or even more. Amber said confidently. The system is his biggest trump card. Yes, there are many medicines to treat injuries in the world, but apart from some special devil fruit, this is the first time I have heard of it to restore youth. Whitebeard, let's have a fight. Amber suddenly made a request for a fight. Why? Whitebeard asked curiously. You have now regained your youth and become the true, world's strongest man, again. I want to see how strong the world's strongest man was at his peak. Amber said with a provocative tone. Hoo la 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 la, it's interesting. I promise you, Whitebeard laughed. Whitebeard has never been afraid of challengers, even though Thor's combat prowess in Summit War already surpassed him. The news spread quickly throughout the Whitebeard pirates. Did you know? Thor took the initiative to challenge Dad. What? Why did Thor do this? Didn't he just announce the alliance yesterday? Idiot, this must be just a friendly discussion between the two emperors. No matter what, the battle between the two strongest emperors on the sea is really exciting. Amber is really serious. Every time he meets a strong person, he has to fight. Nami said helplessly. Restore young Whitebeard. It's such an interesting battle. I'm looking forward to that devil fruit more and more. Redfield laughed. Quote. The Straw Hat Pirates also heard the news. A battle between two monsters. Sanji commented while smoking. Are they going to fight on the ship? Such a powerful attack. If the ship is damaged, we will be dead. Usopp shouted in fear. Watch the battle between strong men up close. This is a rare opportunity. Kunken, a swordsman who is also a martial arts fanatic, wiped his sword and said lightly. I want to challenge them too. Luffy suddenly shouted. I want to defeat them all and become the Pirate King. Luffy, I'm not fighting just because of you. With your current strength, you are too far away from their level. Kunken said heavily. Luffy remembered his weakness in front of Admiral and lowered his face. After sailing for a day and a night, the pirate ship was already far away from the Marine headquarters, and everyone was not worried about Marine catching up. Even if they catch up, what's the use? The Moby DK has 3 legendary fighters, more than a dozen captains, and the worst has the strength of Vice Admiral. In order not to damage the ship, the Moby DK stopped at an uninhabited island. Only Amber and Whitebeard landed on the island, while the others watched from a distance. The two stood 100 meters apart. Yeah, after recovering to my peak, I'm glad to meet a strong opponent. Diamond Joe's Kaido. This was the pinnacle punch of Conqueror's entanglement, armed color, and the power of shock fruit. Bang! The pirates exclaimed. Bang! Amber stomped on the ground, leaving a big hole, and rushed towards Whitebeard quickly. Air shock. The violent air waves continued to bombard the sea surface, raising waves of huge waves. Thor, keep going. You will see it soon. Amber Kaido faintly. Come on. He punched Amber's fist. Kulala la 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 la, Thunder God, let me see your strength. Whitebeard laughed. Hit Whitebeard fiercely. Some weaker members of the Whitebeard pirates were even blown away by the strong wind. Tu Tien Shen Thunder Fist. Is this the battle between the two emperors? It's really amazing. The power of the explosion is even greater than the last time Dad and Red Hair fought. I'm going to do it. Lightning plus emission Haki plus Conqueror's entanglement, a peak punch in normal state. Clenching his right fist, a transparent air shield appeared on his fist, and the shock fruit ability was activated instantly. Shock. Only a few people in this world can withstand such an attack. Black lightning began to shine on her hands, and Amber used all her abilities except the Momo Fruit. Clang. Whitebeard stabbed Kusugawa Kiri heavily into the ground, and calmly displayed his signature moves, with his strong arms folded in front of his chest, his huge fists clenched, and his thick biceps suddenly swelled. The two fists collided with each other, and the surrounding atmosphere was instantly torn apart. Violent vibrations spread from the air, and dozens of void cracks spread to the surroundings, with black and blue arcs running around. To be continued. Crack, crack, ... Dad seems very happy, Marco suddenly said. It's great. I haven't had such a great fight in a long time. Hula la la la, Whitebeard laughed heartily. Boom. As expected of the strongest man in the world, this punch is even stronger than Garp's. Amber exclaimed. The two men on the battlefield were deadlocked for more than 10 seconds, and then they exerted their strength at the same time. Come on, Whitebeard laughed. Then they took more than 10 steps back at the same time and ended up in a tie. Just one fight produced a violent storm comparable to a Category 8 hurricane. Chapter 164 Whitebeard vs Thor 2. Whitebeard's clenched right fist hit forward hard, and there was a sound of shattering glass out of thin air. Where the fist landed, several cracks were born from the atmosphere. Along with the sound of shattering glass, the cracks in the void gradually spread to the surroundings. Come on. Then, the sky shook, the atmosphere boiled, and the ground shattered. An invisible shock wave lifted, rolled, and shattered the hard ground in front of him. The soil mixed with the air, like a rolling snake, and headed straight towards Amber. The invisible air was vibrating, the thick earth was trembling, and the entire island was like a storm-drifting boat that could capsize at any time under Whitebeard's blow. Dad's move is so powerful. Diamond Josie laughed. Stronger than originally. Foil Beatas said in shock. Can the god of thunder resist it? Marco said calmly, crossing his arms. The rolling earth dragon roared over. Amber remained motionless, her hands were full of strength, and her eyes turned blood red. Try this move. Thunder Flame Dragon Roar. A black flame attached to the hand, intertwined with the thunder and lightning on the hand, and then shot out fiercely, gradually turning into a black dragon. The dragon roared and charged at Whitebeard. An earth dragon made of mud and air, and a giant dragon formed by the rotation of fire and thunder. The two dragon shadows collided heavily. At this moment, the color of heaven and earth changed. Boom. The unstoppable Earth Dragon stopped its forward momentum, and the arrogant Thunder Flame Dragon roared crazily. Flames splashed everywhere like blood, igniting, burning, and devouring the ground. The ground instantly shattered under the two attacks, creating huge cracks. After completely devouring the Earth Dragon, the Thunder Flame Dragon slowly disappeared. Hoo la 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 la, it's been a long time since I've had such a fun battle. Whitebeard laughed. Whitebeard, I recognize your strength. Amber Kaido, her tone sounded like a senior encouraging a junior. You kid. Whitebeard gritted his teeth, you are such an arrogant brat. Can you call me a young man without being arrogant? Amber smiled. Hoo la 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 la, Thunder God, you are really too appealing to me. If it were before, I would definitely accept you as my son. Whitebeard, you are really daydreaming. Upon hearing Whitebeard's words, Amber instantly darkened her face and gave a faint Kaido. Hoo la 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 la, it's not you who took advantage of me first. Stop talking nonsense and keep fighting. Amber said impatiently. Then come. Whitebeard raised Kong Yunchi with both hands, and the blade of the shimmering cold light was wrapped with concussive power, possessing the power to stir up thousands of huge waves. Jumping high, he fell like a meteor, hitting Amber's body. Amber punched Whitebeard's cloud cut without fear. Boom. There was another huge explosion, and the color of the sky and the earth changed instantly. The air waves rolled endlessly. Black and blue arcs were intertwined and raging crazily around. Crack. The ground under Amber's feet instantly cracked with countless cracks, and collapsed downwards with Amber as the center. Her calves sank directly into the crumbling soil. You can actually take my blow head on. In addition to Roger, Garp, Kaido and a few others, now there's you. Whitebeard exclaimed. It's indeed very strong. If it's just about attack power, Whitebeard, I'd like to call you the strongest in this regard. It's me next. 500 million volts Thor. In a burst of thunder, Amber instantly entered Thor mode. His hair and eyebrows turned silver, and violent thunder snakes surrounded him. The strength and speed have been improved to a new level in all aspects. His hands began to exert force violently. Whitebeard instantly felt the huge power coming from Kong Yunchi, and secretly increased his strength to resist. Bang. Marine Marshal Sengoku was covered in bandages and sat lonely on a rock. Thunder God. What kind of race is this monster born from? Call out. Marshal, cheer up, Marine still needs your leadership. A vice admiral next to him comforted him. Whitebeard, I'm going to attack next. Amber said calmly. Boom. He didn't realize how Thor moved here at all. This was the danger of insufficient intelligence. He didn't know that Amber could teleport within a certain distance by combining the heart network. Marshal, you can't. Marine can't live without your leader. Vice Admiral said hurriedly. In a flash of lightning, Amber disappeared, and then suddenly appeared in front of Whitebeard. This way of movement is completely beyond the perception of sight and color, and even the red-haired Shanks, who has the ability to kill by sight, cannot predict Amber's position. I have made up my mind, no need to say more. Someone must stand up and take responsibility for the failure of this war. After that, I will resign as Marine Marshal to the Five Elders. I will bear all the infamy alone. Facing the cold corpse, the cries of relatives echoed throughout the morgue. Bang. What? Whitebeard said in surprise, but it was of no use. Amber was punched and knocked back several steps. One punch sent Whitebeard flying backwards. At this time, after a busy day and night, the Marine headquarters had sent all the wounded to the hospital. The bodies of Marines who lost their lives due to the war were also handed over to their relatives. Besides, he has another fruit ability that he hasn't used yet. Maybe Dad will. Seeing Whitebeard at a disadvantage in the confrontation of strength, the pirates of the Whitebeard pirate group were shocked. The Marine headquarters was left in ruins. The same move, but the power is more than one level higher than last time. Now we are seriously short of manpower. Sakazuki is in a coma, and that B*********** D Garp has returned to East Blue. It seems we need to take some action quickly. Whitebeard flew upside down and kept sliding, smashing all the rocks, trees, and hills on the road to pieces, leaving a long ravine in the end. It's incredible. He actually surpassed Dad in terms of strength. Duty and Shen Thunder Fist. He punched out fiercely. War is always the most cruel, and the injured are always the people at the bottom. Hoo la 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 la, just come on. Whitebeard had no choice but to hurriedly hold Kong Yunchi across his chest to resist Amber's punch. We, Marine, lost miserably in this war. Not only did we not leave any important figures on the pirate side, but even the headquarters was destroyed by that B******** D Thor, and in front of the whole world. It seems that this time justice lost. Sengoku sighed. Chapter 165 Whitebeard vs Thor End. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 558. 140. 186. Whitebeard was knocked far away by Amber's punch and slid on the ground for a long time before finally stopping. Then Whitebeard struggled to stand up. Ahem. Daddy. The pirates of the Whitebeard pirates shouted when they saw this. The more excited ones, like Ace, even wanted to jump right over. Calm down. Marco shouted to stop everyone. This is a battle between men. Are you going to interfere with Dad's battle? I know you are anxious, I am more anxious than you. But now stay where you are. After some scolding, the pirates temporarily stabilized. This man is so strong. He is about the same age as us, but he can beat that very strong Uncle Whitebeard away. Luffy said with admiration. Luffy, he's called Thor, but you can't remember your name. Usopp complained. If they continue to fight, the entire island will be destroyed. Sanji said in shock. We still have a long way to go. Kun said seriously. One day, we can also reach this level. Kun said firmly. Whitebeard, are you okay? Kid, who do you think I am? With such little strength, you're still far from defeating me, Whitebeard. Hoo la 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 la, Whitebeard laughed. Kid, I'm going to use all my strength next. Be careful, I don't want to kill you accidentally. Whitebeard said seriously. Feel free to come over here. Amber said casually. But he was full of vigilance in his heart. Whitebeard was the strongest man in the world, and no one knew how much strength he had hidden inside. Although Amber, who has an immortal body, cannot be killed, it still hurts. Who would want to take a hit like that if they could? Whitebeard held the bush cloud blade tightly with both hands and rushed towards Amber quickly, like a heavy tank, destroying everything on the road. Holding Kong Yunchi high, the knife is covered with vibrating power that can destroy everything. Shocking knife earth-splitting. The endless concussive power compressed and condensed, and finally formed a transparent air shield, slamming down towards Amber. Amber quickly raised her foot and kicked Kong Yunchi. Boom. The atmosphere is boiling, the space is torn, the wind is blowing, and a huge crack appears on the high dome. Boundless clouds are rolling, constantly filling the crack. The sky has cracked open again. The sky is broken as a symbol of the Imperial battle. It's exactly the same scene as the last time Dad and the redhead fought. It's amazing. The Emperor's battle is really terrible. The pirates of the Whitebeard pirates said in shock. Usopp was so shocked that he opened his mouth wide and looked at the sky in disbelief. Hey, is this a joke? How can a human being do this? Sanji pretended to be relaxed, but the hands holding the cigarette were already shaking. Brother, our combined attack skills must reach this level in the future. Kun said firmly. That's right, brother, Kaido agreed. Wow, so awesome, Luffy said with a smile on his face, I will defeat them all and become the Pirate King. No matter what difficulties and challenges he faces, he always moves forward firmly towards his dreams. This is the Luffy we love. Unknowingly, the sun hanging high in the sky slowly set, and the orange-red sunset glow printed on the sea, forming a beautiful picture. The battle between Amber and Whitebeard has lasted for more than 6 hours. The intense aftermath of the battle continued to ravage the island, and the entire island was riddled with craters, leaving no intact place. Thor, why don't you show any signs of fatigue after fighting for so long? Whitebeard asked doubtfully. Even though he regained his youth, the 6 hours of all-out fighting still made Whitebeard feel a little tired. Of course, this is far from reaching Whitebeard's limit. He has a record of fighting Roger for 3 days and 3 nights. Because I don't feel tired at all. Amber Kaido. What? I have the ability to recover quickly. I call it immortality. Amber briefly introduced her ability. He is not afraid of being exposed at all. As mentioned before, there is no one in the world of One Piece who can restrain Amber's ability. He is inherently invincible. This is simply cheating. Why don't you give me a spanking? You be ********* D brat. Even Whitebeard couldn't help but become furious. Whitebeard is not afraid of anyone's challenge, but you won't get hurt and have unlimited physical strength, so how can you fight? Isn't this clearly bullying an honest person? Then let's use our strongest move, Amber suggested. Good. The next blow will be all my strength. If you can defeat it, I will admit defeat, Whitebeard said seriously. Whitebeard held his breath and concentrated, holding the handle of the knife tightly with both hands. The power to destroy the world was condensing on the clouds. Incomparable power was gathering, and the target of the attack was Amber. The ultimate attack that combines the power of Shock Fruit, Armament Haki, and Conqueror's Entanglement. Shocking blade broken. Whitebeard grasped the bush cloud blade tightly and slashed towards Amber. Click, click. The space instantly shattered. Amber clenched her right fist, and black lightning flashed on her fist. Thunder Fruit ability, emission weapon color, Conqueror's Winding, Momo 10 times increase. Amber faced the machete and struck out with a powerful punch. Bang, boom. The swords and fists collided, instantly producing a huge explosion that resounded throughout the world. The violent thunder snakes spread like spider webs, filling the entire space. The terrifying air waves were like a Category 12 hurricane, blowing everything away. The entire sea area shook continuously, setting off huge tsunamis one after another. Hurry up and take control of the ship. Hold on tight, don't let go, the ship will be over if you let go. Help me, I'm going to fall. The terrifying tsunami kept hitting the ships, as if they were going to swallow all the ships. Let's all fight together to spread the tsunami. As a navigator, Nami naturally knew that the tsunami was the key and immediately shouted. Thunderstorm. Ghost Slayer. Phoenix Flame. Quote. The strong men took action one after another to break up the waves, and the ship finally managed to hold on. This is because they are relatively far away. Crack. The island at the center of the aftermath instantly shattered into dozens of small islands. Chapter 166 Luffy's Challenge and Arrival at Sabayati Land. Aboard Moby DK. Whitebeard, are your injuries okay? Hoo la 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 la. Although I lost to you, I'm not so weak that I can't stand still. Whitebeard, who was sitting in the main seat with a bandage wrapped around his body, was drinking and laughing. Wrote. Thor God, this ability of yours is really useful. You don't have to worry about injuries or physical strength at all. You can fight as much as you like. You have so many weird abilities. You are obviously a Thunder Fruit user, but you can also use that kind of weird flame. It's a secret, Amber said mysteriously. The system's secrets Amber won't tell anyone. Whitebeard, after you regain your youth, you are even stronger than before. Redfield next to him said with emotion. Old bat, when you regain your youth, we can have a fight. Then just look forward to it. Quote. Time passed quietly as a few people blew water. The next day, early in the morning, a person who surprised Amber came to Amber, and that was Luffy. Straw Hat, what can you do? Thor, come and fight with me, Luffy said with fighting spirit. Luffy usually can't remember other people's names, but he remembered them this time. Apparently he has regarded Amber as a target to surpass. Luffy, you are so rude. I just saved you 2 days ago. Please apologize. Sorry, our captain is a bit stupid sometimes. Sanji pressed Luffy's head and forced him to apologize. Sanji, let me go. I know he is my savior, but he is also the target I want to defeat. I want to become the Pirate King, Luffy said stubbornly. Luffy, it's not like you didn't watch yesterday's battle. We're still far behind, Usopp advised. Of course I know this, but I want to know how far I am from being the strongest in the world. Okay, I promise you. Amber smiled. I really agreed. Everyone was shocked. How can you refuse a man's challenge? Thank you so much. You are such a good person. To repay you, I will share my meat with you later. Luffy said excitedly. You must know that meat is the second most important thing in Luffy's heart, second only to his partners and family. This challenge aroused the attention of everyone again, and it was on a boat. The main reason for fighting Whitebeard on the island was because he was afraid of damaging the boat. As for Luffy at this stage, haha. Ace, your brother is really brave. That's the god of thunder who even defeated Dad. Diamond Josie said with a smile. No way, this guy has been stubborn since he was a child. Ace said helplessly. On the deck, everyone made room for the two of them. I'm going to do it. Luffy pressed his straw hat and said seriously. Come on, Amber said casually. I hesitated in my mind whether to let go a little. What if the blow was too hard all at once and Luffy lost all his confidence? Enter. Second gear. Luffy was well aware of the huge gap between himself and the opponent, so he used second gear as soon as he came up. Red steam was rising all over his body, and his speed and strength increased explosively. Many people had surprised looks in their eyes. They didn't expect Ace's younger brother to be alive. However, no one is optimistic about him. The difference in strength is really too big. It's like a human fighting against a small ant. Any captain who comes out of the ship can completely torture him. Rubber, jet, pistol. Luffy punched Amber fiercely. Snapped. Amber just raised her hand to resist, and didn't even move her steps. Rubber jet machine gun. Luffy punched countless times in an instant. Amber blocked them all easily. Damn, what a powerful defense. Luffy frowned. Rubber, jet rocket launcher. Luffy stretched his hand back, and then used the elasticity of the rubber to rebound hard. Ha, Amber saw through easily and slapped her away. Straw Hat, it's my turn. Amber smiled. Quote. Luffy's face was serious, and he looked completely different from his usual naive self. Bang. With a sonic boom, Amber instantly arrived in front of Luffy and punched out. So fast. Luffy couldn't react at all, and then his vision went dark and he lost consciousness. Luffy. Everyone in the Straw Hat Pirates shouted worriedly. Don't worry, I didn't use any force, he just fainted. Amber comforted. Lord Thor, thank you very much for your mercy. Sanji, the second in command besides Luffy, quickly thanked him. Take care of your captain. With these words, Amber turned and left. 4 emperors is really too scary. Luffy couldn't last even one round in his hands. Quote. After this farce, the fleet arrived at the Sabayati archipelago not long after. Amber and others are ready to leave. After all, everything that needs to be done has been completed, and they have also reached an alliance with the Whitebeard pirates. The Straw Hat pirates were also preparing to leave at the same time. This was where they arrived last time. Thor, are you in such a hurry to leave? Marco said regretfully. Yes, why don't you stay a few more days and we'll have another party tonight? Diamond Josie answered. Quote. The captains persuaded each other. After a few days of getting along with each other, and with Thor's help many times, the Whitebeard pirates had a good impression of Thor. After seeing you for a long journey, we finally need to say goodbye. Amber replied. Marco and the others were confused when they heard this. What do you mean? Hoo la 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 la. Kids, they also have their own adventures, we just want to send our blessings. Whitebeard laughed. Yes. Luffy, let's say goodbye here. You have to take good care of yourself. Ace said with a smile. Of course I can take care of myself. Luffy Kaido. It's so weird. The Straw Hat pirates complained loudly. My incompetent brother will have to take care of you from now on. Nothing. This idiot is our captain. Sanji Kaido. Luffy, you will be your opponent next time we meet. It's not that easy for you to become the Pirate King. Just wait, I will defeat you all and become the Pirate King. Luffy laughed. Amber led everyone to Shaki's bar and decided to give the second drop of holy water to Rayleigh. Yu Gong, Rayleigh is also a very powerful fighter, and Oda is at the peak of his power. Rayleigh is infinitely close to Roger's strength. Privately, Amber killed Rayleigh's savior Octopus Xiaoba. Although it deserved it, Rayleigh repaid evil with kindness and taught Amber and others to practice without any secret. Ha ha ha, isn't this Amber and Nami? It's been so long. Rayleigh laughed when she saw everyone. Chapter 167 Rayleigh regains her youth. Hey, Uncle Rayleigh, long time no see. Where's Shaki? Amber greeted. She's sorting out information in the back. You know, she's the best at this. Rayleigh Kaido. Uncle Rayleigh, we meet again. Nami smiled. It's actually the legendary Pluton. The captain knows so many legendary figures. Shiryu said calmly. Rayleigh, I didn't expect you to be alive. Redfield said unceremoniously. Redfield, I didn't expect to see you again. Rayleigh said with emotion. Thanks to Captain Amber. Quote. Everyone exchanged a few polite words and then got down to the main topic. I didn't expect you guys to show up at Summit War. I want to accomplish something very important, and I need the powerful combat power of Whitebeard. Amber explained briefly. Ha ha ha, need Whitebeard's help. That's really a big deal. Whitebeard has regained his youth now. Amber said suddenly. Oh, is it your handiwork? Rayleigh asked doubtfully. That's right. Then Amber took out the sacred water from the system space. This is the medicine that will restore Whitebeard's youth. It's incredible, it's unheard of. Rayleigh exclaimed. Uncle Rayleigh, I want to give this bottle of medicine to you. What? Even an old man like Rayleigh was still shocked when faced with the temptation of regaining his youth. What I want to do, I still need your help, Uncle Rayleigh. Amber said lightly. Isn't it enough with Whitebeard's help? It's something that 2-4 emperors can't do, don't you? Rayleigh instantly realized what Amber was going to do. This guy had the experience of massacring celestial dragons before. How dare you? It's normal to have such crazy ideas. Yes, my goal is to overthrow the world government. Amber said it without any scruples. Really? Is this the captain's ambition? It's really crazy. Shiryu of the Rain, the only one among the four who didn't know Amber's goal, said. Are you scared? If you are, you can quit now. Amber said casually. With an emperor's deputy-level combat power, Amber really doesn't care much about it now. Afraid? How is that possible? Such an exciting life is what I want. Shiryu said calmly. How about it, Uncle Rayleigh, are you willing to come out and help me? Amber turned to Rayleigh and asked. Oh, you know, I once heard a prophecy that one day more than 20 years later, liberation fighters will appear and lead people. I think you are the liberation fighter in the prophecy. Unfortunately, Uncle Rayleigh, you made a mistake. I am not Joey Boy. Do you also know this prophecy? Rayleigh asked in surprise. Heard about it. Aren't you Joey Boy? I really can't think of a second person. Uncle Rayleigh, you've seen Joey Boy. Have I seen it? Rayleigh asked doubtfully. That's Luffy the Straw Hat. Luffy, although I do admire Luffy, but his strength. You don't know this. Although Straw Hat's current strength is very weak, his potential is beyond your imagination. Amber smiled. His potential is indeed terrifying, second only to you. Rayleigh instantly remembered Luffy's amazing performance during the half-month of training the Straw Hat Pirates. Uncle Rayleigh, come and help me, Amber invited again. Since you young people have the courage, what should I, an old man, be afraid of? Rayleigh said with a smile. How do you use this medicine? Just drink it. Then, in front of everyone, Rayleigh drank the holy water. It's too early for us to enter the new world now. You should have known from the Battle of Naval Headquarters that our strength is so weak. Holy Land Mariajoy. Everyone chatted about some things, and Amber and her group left immediately. Moreover, according to the intelligence of CP Cypher Pol, Thor has been recruiting troops and expanding his power. He has also contacted Red Hair and Whitebeard successively. His purpose is obvious, just like Rocks back then. The blonde five elders said. It's Amber and Nami. What do you mean? Luffy asked in confusion. It is our incompetence. Please punish us. This is the magical effect of the holy water. Although it only increases the lifespan by 10 years, the rich vitality and the light overflow are very amazing. The five elders, the supreme ruler of the world government, knelt under the throne like 5 dogs. It's little Amber and the others. I haven't seen them for a long time, why didn't you call me? Our plan was completely destroyed by Thor. Not only did we fail to kill Whitebeard, but even the Marine headquarters was destroyed. What prestige does the world government have? The crescent-shaped beard 5 elders said angrily. Luffy was speechless, with a frustrated face, like a deflated ball. Uncle Rayleigh, things are completely beyond our control. If the 3 Sea Emperors form an alliance, it will pose a great threat to the rule of the world government. The bald 5 elders continued. It seems that we have no choice but to report to the adults. The bearded 5 elders said heavily. The figure on the throne slowly uttered 2 words. My lord, this is what happened. The crescent-shaped beard 5 elders narrated the appearance and rise of Thor in a humble tone. Luffy, it's too early now. Sanji said in a deep voice. It's good that you have this awareness. A voice suddenly came over, and the person who came was Rayleigh. A figure sat on the high and lofty throne of the void. Quote. The wrinkles on his face instantly decreased a lot, and his white hair turned back to blonde. To be continued. This is something none of the 5 of them wanted to do, but there is no way now. Thor has become a force to be reckoned with. This is what happened. I'm afraid of disturbing you. Whether Whitebeard dies or not is not a big deal. The important thing is Thor. The combat power he showed has completely surpassed Whitebeard. Even rocks back then did not have such strength. Long-bearded 5 elders Kaido. Rayleigh, your appearance. Haki was surprised when he finally saw Rayleigh's appearance. Rayleigh, are there any guests? After a while, Haki, who had sorted out the information, came out from the back. Thor, the Straw Hat Pirates. Everyone, let's continue the adventure. Luffy shouted. Chapter 168 Vampire Fruit. Amber and her team left Sabayati Archipelago. Captain, it's time to help me find the devil fruit. Redfield frowned. Watching the old guys who were his contemporaries regaining their youth one after another, Redfield felt very envious. Why don't you tell me the location and I can go there myself? Didn't I say I'll go as soon as I finish my work? Why are you so anxious? Amber chuckled. If someone else gets it first, wouldn't I lose the chance to regain my youth? Well, everything that needs to be done is done now, let's go now. Amber then took out a map and started searching on it. Combining the memory of playing games in his previous life, he soon found the location of the vampire fruit on the map, Sleeping Ancient Town. Nami, fly to this location later. Okay. The clouds then flew quickly towards their destination. After 3 days of searching, everyone finally arrived at Sleepy Ancient Town. A town that is neither big nor small and looks very ordinary. As that fruit right here. Dressed in bright red, with a large blue flower on his chest and an umbrella-style sword in his hand, Redfield, who looked very coquettish, said excitedly. Yes, the vampire fruit is here. Amber Kaido. But this place is so big, how are we going to search? Nami frowned. Although this town is not big, finding a piece of fruit is like looking for a needle in a haystack. Even Redfield, who is heaven-defying enough to read people's hearts, can't detect it. Let's go down and ask the townspeople in this town to see if there are any relics or ruins. That should be the place with the highest chance of finding the vampire fruit. Amber Kaido. Amber is very sure that the vampire fruit at this time has not been eaten by anyone, because in the original book, Redfield found the vampire fruit 2 years after escaping from Impel down. What made Amber speechless was that the Red Earl, who had regained his youth by eating the vampire fruit, actually lost to Luffy, who only knew the 4th gear. Even if the Nika form of the 5th gear comes, it can't be said to be a complete victory. The 4th gear is done. Sure enough, don't fight Luffy in the movie version. Even the Golden Lion can be defeated by Luffy in the 3rd gear. Bullet, who can tie with Rayleigh at the age of 16, was backhand pinned down by Luffy. The 4th gear will beat you like a lonely red. It's already a great honor. But unfortunately, this is a real world. If the Straw Hat crew encounters the Golden Lion, they will definitely be destroyed. Then the 4 of them landed and found a tavern. Welcome, what would you like to drink? The waiter greeted warmly. The 4 of them each ordered their favorite wines, sat down and drank. Redfield was restless. He, the majestic, Red Earl, the lonely red, actually wanted to drink here with a group of ordinary people. He was about to draw his sword and question the townspeople directly, but Amber stopped him. I want to inquire about something with you. Amber stopped the bartender who was pouring wine. Don't you see I'm working? Don't hinder me, my boss will deduct my salary later. The bartender said dissatisfied. Amber took out a large bag of berries from the system space and placed it in front of the bartender. It was estimated that there were about 100,000 berries. Can these take up some of your time? Amber smiled. When the bartender saw Barry, his appearance immediately changed and he said flatteringly, Sir, if you have anything you want to ask, just ask me and I will tell you everything. 100,000 berry is enough for his salary for a month. The stingy boss can deduct as much as he likes. Sure enough, money can make ghosts grind, and evil money can only corrode people's souls, so I am willing to bear this sin. Please let all the money gather around me. Ahem. Are there any famous ruins on this island? Amber asked. Famous ruins. There is a strange cave on the shore. There are some stone pillars and stones engraved with strange characters. No one knows the characters on them. Every year, several people want to go deep inside to explore, but they didn't come out in the end. People in the town said there were monsters inside, and they ate everyone who went in. The bartender said cautiously, obviously very afraid of the place. Looks like that's where it is. Amber thought. Can you tell us the location? Of course you can. Go southeast from the town. Okay, thank you very much for your answer. This 100,000 berry is yours. Amber threw the berry to the bartender. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. The 4 of them immediately left the tavern and arrived at the strange ruins according to the location mentioned by the bartender. It seems this is it, Ryder. Since this is the fruit I found for you, you should take the lead first. Humph. Is there any danger? Redfield walked in without any scruples. Sure enough, as soon as I entered, I found the stone pillars and stones standing at the door, with mysterious words written on them. Redfield walked straight to the stone pillar and looked at it. Sure enough, the fruit is here. Redfield said in surprise. Can you understand the text above? Amber asked curiously. These are ancient characters. I learned some when I was young, and I can barely understand them. What's written on it? The general meaning is, there is a mysterious fruit inside, and a terrible devil is sealed in the fruit. If future generations find this place, they must not unlock the devil's seal or anything like that. Kaido Redfield. I guess someone in this town accidentally ate this vampire fruit before. As we all know, vampires have the instinct to suck blood. Those who eat the fruit cannot control the instinct to suck blood, so they start to harm the townspeople here. After that person died, someone else found the fruit. They were afraid that the tragedy would happen again, so just hide this fruit here. Nami analyzed. Rider, if you eat this fruit, you won't be able to control your blood and suck our blood. Then I can only kill you with great sadness. Amber laughed. After hearing this, veins appeared on Redfield's forehead, obviously he was angry. Who do you think I am? I am the aloof Red, how can a mere devil fruit control me? Redfield said angrily. Then the four of them walked deeper. There are many traps along the way, such as bows and arrows that suddenly appear, rolling boulders, etc. These are fatal traps for ordinary people, but for the four top experts in the world, passing them is easier than drinking water. When they reached the innermost part, a tall altar appeared with a beautiful purple fruit on it. Yes, it's this fruit, Zone Bat Fruit Phantom Beast Species Vampire Form. Amber took out the pictures to compare and said with certainty. Mine. It's mine. Redfield said excitedly, jumped up on the altar and picked up the fruit. I finally found it. If I eat it, I will completely defeat aging and become the strongest person. Riderfield took a bite and then threw the rest of the fruit aside. Old Rider, who had lived for decades, certainly knew the correct way to eat devil fruit. The red cloak began to shake rapidly, and the small secret room was filled with a strange red color. Brush. Single quote. Redfield disappeared instantly and then appeared behind everyone. So fast. Nami exclaimed. Rain's Shiryu's pupils were also wide open, and she was extremely surprised. Only Amber was calm and composed, and he didn't take this speed seriously. Ha ha ha. Power. I feel the power I haven't seen for a long time. Redfield laughed. Although his head is still full of white hair, his aura is obviously different, and it is more than one level stronger than before. Why are you still looking like this? Nami asked strangely. I still need fresh blood to regain my youth. Kaido Redfield. There are a lot of pirates in this sea for you to suck. Once you leave here, you will be young again soon. Amber said calmly. This is both a reminder and a warning. Redfield has no principles. If Amber doesn't warn him, he will definitely attack the townspeople. Quote. Redfield was speechless, staring at Amber with slightly narrowed eyes. The man in front of him has threatened him more than once. He is a man known as the aloof Red, and one can imagine the arrogance in his heart. The other two people instantly felt the atmosphere full of gunpowder and couldn't help but become nervous. What? Amber said calmly. Nothing. Let's go out quickly. I can't wait to be young again. Redfield finally decided to give in. If he had not seen the battle between Amber and Whitebeard, he would have fallen out by now. The four of them left sleeping ancient town on the clouds. Holy Land Mariajoy. That's weird, why doesn't it appear in history? On the Void Throne, Lord I am, the real ruler of the world government and the master of the five elders, frowned secretly. Is this person not from this world? It seems necessary. The murmur gradually disappeared and then returned to calm, as if nothing happened. Chapter 169 Half-Kun Year. In the bright sky, a white cloud moved quickly and contrary to common sense. Amber, where are we going next? Nami asked. Now that our goals are accomplished, let's go back to Wano Kuni. Amber Kaido. The base camp of four emperors. Interesting. Redfield laughed. I also want to meet the legendary Wano Kuni. Shiryu said calmly. Then the white clouds quickly flew towards Wano Kuni. After 3 days of flying, we finally arrived at Wano Kuni. As soon as Amber came back, she gathered everyone together. Captain Stupid, you are finally back. We thought you died outside and we were already planning to re-elect Captain. By the way, I voted for Uncle Yishao. As soon as they met, Perona started to speak venomously. Amber just smiled this time and didn't hit her head like before. Long time no see, even Perona's poisonous tongue sounds so pleasant to my ears. Hey, the stupid captain didn't hit me. Perona asked in confusion. Captain, I didn't expect you to show up at Summit War, what a surprise. Said the man next to him with a smile. This time I gained a lot. Not only did I improve my strength, but I also formed an alliance with the Whitebeard pirates. Are these two new companions? Robin closed the book and smiled. You can call me Ryder, please take care of me. Old Ryder bowed slightly and said, like a well-educated nobleman. Aim Shiryu said calmly. Are you two swordsmen too? Let's have a fight. Zoro, who was sleeping next to him, suddenly opened his eyes and looked at the two of them with fighting intent. Idiot, how can someone start a fight with someone else? Nami complained. Quote. With the addition of these two people, the high-end combat power of the Sky Shadow Pirates has been further improved. Due to the failure of the Summit War, Marshal Sengoku took the initiative to assume all responsibilities and resigned from the post of Marshal Marine. That night, Amber secretly summoned Jin and Shiryu of Rain. The five elders want Admiral Akainu to take over. Yes, boss, Jin said respectfully. Marshal. Aokiji. The largest war in history profoundly affected the historical process of this world. Amber felt a little regretful that the 3 years she had originally settled on was too little. It would have been better if she had known it would have been 10 years or something. In order to replenish the troops lost in the Summit War, the world government also launched a global conscription, and all those who have the ability will be given corresponding military ranks. The two of them also knew their position as non-staff combatants of the Sky Shadow Pirates, but they did not cause any trouble for Amber. Boss, what are your orders? Jin asked. Marine aspect. He didn't mean to explain. Reanimation jutsu requires too much preparation work in the early stage, and confidentiality is crucial. Admiral Kizaru was the first to quit, saying that he was not interested in the position of marshal. He just wanted to fish at work every day, clock in on time after get off work, beat rookie pirates, drink a cup of wolfberry when he was free, and sit under the sunset and sigh about life. So the position of marshal became a battle between chicken and dog. To be continued. Everyone else is called Captain Amber, but Jin keeps calling him boss. This is also Jin's way of showing that he has not joined the Sky Shadow Pirates, but only works for Amber. Marine's current high-end combat power is as follows. Marshal Sengoku recommended Admiral Aokiji. Shiryu of Rain stood aside in silence. He just joined today, so it would be better not to interrupt. Admiral. Akainu, Kizaru, Green Bull. Shiryu of the Rain was assigned to Team Amber and was responsible for the special department, Anbu. This was formed by Amber based on the Anbu in the Hokage world, and was responsible for various shady activities, such as assassinations and interrogations, etc. Another year passed without realizing it. Among them, Redfield was assigned to team up with Yishao, commanding a legion respectively, specifically responsible for fighting. After 10 days and 10 nights of fighting, Aokiji narrowly won, while Akainu unfortunately lost. The 5 elders had to appoint Admiral Aokiji to replace Sengoku and become the new Marine Marshal. So the two admirals Akainu and Aokiji had a fight at Punk Hazard. He does whatever he is told, never refutes, never asks for reasons. Jin is really a good subordinate. Marine Hero and Naval Headquarters Vice Admiral Garp announced his retirement and will no longer participate in marine operations. Anbu will have one more task in the future, to secretly collect the remains of those dead strong men, as long as they can be found. Amber said lightly. The styles of the two are obviously not in line with the Sky Shadow Pirates, but Amber doesn't care. As long as they don't attack civilians, they can do whatever they like, whether they massacre pirates or torture prisoners, as long as they provide combat power when needed. Of course, the premise is Amber's undisputed strength. The vacant position of Marine Marshal will be selected from the current 3 admirals. The vacant admiral position has been filled, and the new Marine Admiral is held by Green Bull, a powerful Logia Sensen Fruit ability user. Chapter 170 Germa 66. Summit War, the largest war in history, completely changed the world's situation. Marine quickly strengthened its strength through the world recruitment. Other forces have also undergone earth-shaking changes. The second half of the Grand Line, New World, was divided by the 4 emperors who ruled the sea. The 4 emperors were originally hostile to each other, but a year ago, the Whitebeard pirates and the Sky Shadow pirates, 4 emperors, suddenly announced an alliance, which completely changed this situation. The strongest force on the sea today is the Twin Emperors Alliance, except for the world government. Instantly attracted countless people to join the Twin Emperors Alliance, and the strength of the Twin Emperors Alliance has been unprecedentedly improved. The other 2 emperors must be dissatisfied, and the friction with the Twin Emperors Alliance is increasing, and war may break out at any time. In addition, a large number of new pirates continue to integrate into the new world, and they have friction and collisions with the old strongmen, and the situation is becoming more and more chaotic. On the other hand, the Revolutionary Army, which was hiding in the dark, suddenly developed rapidly, and the frequency of action increased significantly, causing many uprisings around the world, making the world government overwhelmed, and even suspected that someone was secretly funding the Revolutionary Army. The arrested Revolutionary Army cadre, the Demon King Ivankov, somehow escaped from Impel Down and reappeared. Impel Down, which was known as Iron Wall, and impossible to be broken, has become a complete joke. The situation in the entire sea has become a mess. Morgan said in the newspaper that it is now the most chaotic era in 800 years. This is an era of opportunities and challenges, a paradise for the strong and a hell for the weak. Hundreds of giant snails carrying various buildings are floating on a certain sea area. Link buttons are installed on both ends of these snail shells, and various territory platforms are installed above the snails. They are connected head to tail and neatly arranged together, forming the Sea Kingdom of Germa. The flag depicting Germa 66 is flying high above the largest castle in the center of the territory. At this time, the head of Germa 66, Vinsmoke Judge, and several scientists are testing several children of Judge. The 4 children are the eldest daughter Vinsmoke Reiju, and the 3 sons Vinsmoke Ig, Niji, and Yongji. Ig, who was leading the way with a fiery red hair, arrived at the finish line first, followed by his sister and 2 brothers who completed the test one after another. As expected of Prince Ig, his speed is getting faster and faster. Princess Reiju, Prince Niji, and Prince Yongji are also much faster than ordinary people. Judge's scientists complimented. Yeah, Judge replied indifferently. These so-called children are just tools for him to revive the Germa Empire. In order to create Supermen, he deprived his biological sons of their emotions, making them lose the emotions that normal people should have, such as pity and fear. This is also the reason why the three idiots in the original book did not know fear when facing four emperors Bigmom, and dared to shout. If they cannot be trained into excellent warriors, even if they are his biological sons, they are garbage that can be discarded at any time in his eyes, and Sanji, who has normal human emotions, becomes a victim. In order to join forces with four emperors Bigmom, he can force Sanji, a failed work abandoned many years ago, to marry Bigmom's children. The dream of conquering North Blue again in the name of Germa and reviving the Germa Empire has become his morbid obsession, and he can be ruthless in everything else. Have you contacted four emperors Thunder God? Judge asked. It is simply a foolish dream to want to rule North Blue again with the power of Germa alone. Even if the armed forces of Germa 66 are enough to crush the entire North Blue, the world government and Marine will not allow such a thing to happen. The threat of a unified North Blue to the world government is too great. So Judge thought of using the power of others. The only ones who can compete with the world government and Marine on the sea are the four emperors who dominate the sea. Originally, Judge planned to join forces with four emperors Bigmom, and even wanted to find the failed work that was discarded more than 10 years ago and reach a marriage with Bigmom's daughter. Bigmom likes to do such things the most. As long as Bigmom helps, ruling North Blue will no longer be a fantasy. But a year ago in the Summit War, the terrifying strength of the four emperors Thor, who fought against all the high-end combat forces of the Marine alone, completely changed Judge's mind. How could humans be so powerful? Although the situation on the sea is still the four emperors, everyone knows who the strongest one is. If you want to find someone, find the strongest one. With this idea in mind, Judge began to contact the four emperors Thor. Thor is only 20 now, close to his eldest daughter Reiju's age, and he just married Reiju to him to form an alliance. As for Reiju's feelings, Judge doesn't care at all. We have contacted. The other party wants to have a direct interview. Quote. Then let's have a face-to-face interview. Reiju, dress up well. I heard that Thor is the most charming woman. Half of his ship's crew members are female, and they have an ambiguous relationship with him. With your looks, you can definitely charm him. Whether the revival of the Germa kingdom depends on you. Judge said coldly. Amber. That B************** D spread the rumor. This is simply slander. We are in a pure relationship. Let me know who it is. I must beat that B*********** D. Quote. Yes, father. Reiju responded expressionlessly, but her clenched fist showed her extreme unwillingness in her heart. But what can we do? Is it to disobey her father's orders? Sanji, I wonder how you are doing now. Wano-kuni. Germa 66. Yes, Captain, they said they wanted to form an alliance with us. Law said respectfully, standing aside. Ever since Amber helped him kill Doflamingo and avenge his grievances, he has been following Amber wholeheartedly, working for Amber diligently, not asking for salary, and working all year round. This is what a good employee is. Doge. What is this? Why does it look so familiar? It has been so long, and Amber's memory has begun to blur. I remember, isn't it Sanji's family? Why did you think of forming an alliance with me? Shouldn't you form an alliance with Bigmom? Amber asked in confusion. Our Sky Shadow Pirates are now the strongest four emperors. It's normal for them to form an alliance with us, but I don't know what they have the confidence to say so. Kaido. I remember that Germa 66 has a technology called bloodline factor, which seems to be very powerful. Anyway, we are free now, so let's talk to them. You go down and make arrangements. Okay, Captain. Law went down in response. Germa 66. Interesting. Chapter 171 Strategy Robin. Interesting for you. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 560. 140. 187. Two people who had just finished exercising. Nami, you are so beautiful. Amber held Nami in her arms. Idiot, you only have that mouth to talk. Nami said coquettishly. Amber, when are we getting married? What? Amber shouted in shock. What do you mean? Don't you want to marry me? Nami became furious when she saw Amber's reaction. Of course not. It's not suitable right now. Why doesn't it fit? This. Amber hesitated and was speechless. Is it because of the woman from Nine Snakes Island? Don't think I don't know. You sneak out every once in a while this year. You must be going to see her. I always have important things to do when I go out. Then did you go to see her? Nami asked. Occasionally. A-hole. You scumbag, go to hell. Nami turned his hand into a sand blade and stabbed Amber. Nami, you are going to murder your husband. Amber turned over and dodged. Death to you B***************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************** Amber held her tightly. Nami, you are the most important one in my heart. After Amber said all her good things, she reluctantly persuaded Nami. Hey, stupid captain, did you sleep together last night and get up so late? At the dinner table, Perona couldn't help but complain when she saw Amber and Nami appearing at the same time. Perona, I'm warning you not to talk nonsense. Amber denied it like an anxious rabbit. But this further confirmed his guilty conscience. Nami blushed and sat aside without speaking. Perona, why do Amber and Nami sleep together? Chopper asked innocently. Go, why do children know so much? Be careful not to grow up. Perona replied. Breakfast was spent in a weird atmosphere. Only one person kept looking at Amber and Nami intentionally or unintentionally. Robin, the intelligence department recently obtained a piece of material. The text on it is actually written in ancient characters. Can you help me translate it? Amber said to Robin, who was reading a book every day. Sorry, Mr. Captain, I'm not free. Robin responded with a smile, but turned and left without even looking at Amber. Mr. Captain, Amber whispered. Robin used to call him by his first name, so why would he call him Mr. Captain today? After all, reality is not a love story, and Amber is not one of those emotionally idiotic male protagonists, so she discovered it immediately. As Robin jealous. Damn it, how could I do such a shameful thing? I left Robin alone. Amber gave herself 2 big mouthfuls, then licked her face again to find Robin. After a while, I found Robin sitting on a chair reading a book in a park. Amber didn't like Wano Kuni's architectural features very much, so during this year, it was replanned and rebuilt. Wano Kuni's buildings became more and more like a modern country. Robin, today's weather is perfect for reading. Mr. Captain, are you so free today? Robin put down the book and smiled. Just leave all those things to Luo and Hiyori. Haha, Mr. Captain is such a lazy fool. Robin, do you want to go get a cup of coffee together? Okay. Hearing Robin's agreement, Amber secretly breathed a sigh of relief. It seemed that Robin was not too angry with him. Then the two found a newly opened coffee shop. Originally, this kind of thing did not exist in a closed country like Wano Kuni. After Amber let Wano Kuni open the country, a large number of caravans poured in, and these people also changed their eating habits. Brought to Wano Kuni. What do the 2 guests need? The waiter asked. Bring me 2 lattes, thank you. Okay. How do I feel? You seem familiar, the waiter said doubtfully. Oh my god. You are a general. Shish. Amber made a quiet gesture. General, I didn't expect you to appear here. I am really honored. I am your big fan. The waiter said quietly and excitedly. Thank you very much for your support. Amber smiled. I am currently secretly investigating people's feelings. Can you please not reveal my identity? Of course, I will never tell anyone. The waiter bowed. General, can you sign your name for me? Of course. Where can I sign it? Amber usually meets fans' requests. Here. The waiter shyly pointed to the clothes on his chest. Why? Question mark. After a long time, the lips parted. Amber originally wanted to explain, but all she could say was sorry. I'm sorry. Amber hugged Robin and flew back to the house after a while. Amber fights Marine Admiral for her alone, which makes her fall in love with her, and she gradually falls in love with Amber as they get along. Robin, you are a very important person in my heart. I like you. Please let me stay by your side in the future, okay? The two chatted happily. Robin, why are you avoiding me on purpose? Amber said warmly. Now her feelings are finally returned. Haha, our captain is so charming. Robin chuckled. A burst of joy quietly sounded. Lighter. To be continued. Robin, it's all my fault. I ignored your feelings. I have other things to do, so I'll leave first. Robin's face immediately darkened. Why don't you come to me? You and Nami met a year ago, why don't you come to me? Who do I mean to you? Kiss me, Robin whispered. The waiter who got the signature went to prepare coffee with satisfaction. Looking at Robin with a smile on her face, Amber knew that the opportunity had come. No way, this captain is just so good. Amber boasted. Amber quickly grabbed Robin's hand and pulled her into her arms. Amber kissed her without hesitation. Take me away. Robin hugged Amber tightly and whispered. After saying that, he stood up and left. Robin said nothing, just hugged Amber's waist tightly. Robin's body trembled violently when he heard Amber's confession. Since the destruction of Ohara, she has been alone. It was not until she met the Sky Shadow Pirates that she felt the love of companionship. Good. Chapter 172 Meeting Vinsmoke. Interesting for you. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 734. 184. 245. Captain, the people from Germa 66 have arrived at Wano Kuni. Luo stood aside and said respectfully. Very good, let them in. Amber said with satisfaction. Master, is Germa 66 a very powerful force? Baby 5 asked. No, it's not that powerful, it should be pitifully weak. Amber Kaido. Then why does the master lower his status to meet them? The master is the strongest 4 emperors. Who are they? They deserve to meet the master. Baby 5 said angrily. They have a technology that I'm very interested in. If used properly, it can provide a lot of combat power to our Sky Shadow Pirates. Amber smiled. Master, if you say a word, that Germa 66 should obediently hand over the things. Hee. Half a month has passed since the last time he contacted the Sky Shadow Pirates. Vinsmoke Judge finally came to Wano Kuni with his daughter Reiju and 3 emotionless sons. Germa's ship slowly sailed into the port. After a strict inspection, it was stopped under the command of the soldiers. Any ship that comes to Wano Kuni, whether it is a pirate ship or a merchant ship, must undergo strict inspection before being released. Such rules naturally cause dissatisfaction among many people, but dissatisfaction is dissatisfaction and must be implemented honestly. If you dare to disobey, Tujing prison is waiting for you. If you dare to resist, you will be killed without mercy. No one dares to challenge the majesty of the strongest 4 emperors in this sea area. When Thor took over from Kaido a year ago, the massacre of the pirates was still vivid in his mind. There are still a large number of pirates sweating wantonly in the mine Inoue. Welcome, welcome. Thank you all for coming from afar. Luo was in charge of the reception on the shore. What's going on? Why doesn't Thor come to receive us in person? Yongji, one of the 3 brainless brothers, shouted loudly as soon as we got off the boat. Luo's smile froze instantly, and he stayed where he was, not knowing how to answer. I'm afraid this person is not a fool. What are the identities of the 4 emperors? Will you personally come to receive you weaklings? Thank God for agreeing to meet you. Judge on the side did not stop him, he also wanted to take the opportunity to test Thor. Sorry, my brother just got off the boat and his mind is not clear yet. Reiju on the side quickly came to the rescue. What? I didn't. Yongji immediately wanted to retort, but Judge stopped him. Ha ha ha, our captain, Li Wanji, really can't leave, so I arranged for me to receive you all. Luo, who is also a person with high emotional intelligence, said haha and skipped. The tense atmosphere was relieved. No, it's us who are interrupting. Only then did Judge speak up. Everyone, please come with me. I will take you to the general's mansion to meet my captain. Okay, please. Afterwards, the 4 of them went to the general's mansion under the leadership of Luo, and were arranged in the guest room to wait for the thunder god's summons. This god of thunder actually just sent one of his men to receive us. Yongji said angrily. This clearly doesn't take us, Germa 66, seriously. IG said. Father, when we meet later, we have to give the god of thunder a showdown first. Niji said. You 3 should shut up. Reiju said calmly. 3 idiot brothers who have no feelings and no idea of heaven and earth and an inhuman father. How could she meet such a magical combination? What did you say? Don't think that you can teach us a lesson just because you are our sister. Yongji said loudly. Idiot. Reiju cursed and turned away and ignored him. You. What else did Yongji want to say? Shut up. Judge yelled, interrupting him. The next meeting is very important for us, Germa. Please behave well and stop talking to me, you 3. Judge said to the 3 brothers. They were also afraid that these 3 people would talk nonsense in front of the god of thunder and offend the god of thunder. Not to mention forming an alliance, it was not known whether Wanokuni would be able to get out of Wanokuni alive. Yes, father, Kaido, the 3rd brother. The 3 of them have no emotions, like 3 big evil pens, but they are absolutely obedient to the judge's orders. Soon a messenger came outside. You can go and see the general. The 4 people were led by the soldiers to the living room. I saw a young man sitting on the high throne, with a maid standing next to him. Are you Vinsmoke Judge? Amber asked casually. Yes, Lord Thor. Unnatural cold sweat broke out on Judge's cheeks. The god of thunder's aura was so powerful that the fear from the bottom of his heart when he stood in front of the most ferocious animal made him tremble involuntarily. Reiju on the side also behaved in a similar manner. Only the 3 idiot brothers who had been deprived of their emotions still looked indifferent, as if it had nothing to do with them. Tell me the purpose of your visit. Amber said calmly. Thunder God, Your Excellency, I hope to get your support to restore the glory of the Germa kingdom that ruled the entire North Blue. Okay, I'm not interested in hearing about your so-called ambitions and equal exchange. If you want my support, what value can you bring to me? Reiju. Yes, father, Reiju said coldly. What do you mean? Amber frowned. Your Excellency, this is my eldest daughter, Vinsmoke Reiju. She can stay by your side and serve you. Judge Kaido. Don't even think about it, I am enough for the master's maid. Before Amber could say anything, Baby 5 next to her started to explode. This. Judge's face turned ugly. He didn't expect that his daughter would meet a competitor so soon. BABY5, step back first. But, Master. Good. It's, Master. Baby 5's face instantly turned red when he heard the word, good, and he retreated behind Amber. Lord Thor, I can marry my daughter to you. It will be beneficial to both of us to achieve a marriage. Judge said excitedly. But he didn't see Reiju's frosty expression on the side. He was treated as a commodity in exchange by his father and relatives. This feeling is something that most people cannot understand. Amber looked at the woman in front of her with pity. It's hard for her too. During the more than 10 years when Sanji's life and death were uncertain, she lived with her cold-blooded father who used her as a weapon, and 3 younger brothers who were, not human, but she still maintained a good heart. Pity is pity, business is business, Amber will not waste her resources to help the Vinsmoke family just because she pities her. Vinsmoke Judge, who do you think I am, a woman just trying to gain my support? Amber said coldly. Chapter 173 Transaction established. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 639. 160. 213. Do you think I'm a womanizer? Is not it. Otherwise why are there so many beautiful female crew members on your ship? There is also a personal maid by my side. If you are not a womanizer, there will be decent people in this world. Single quote. Although Judge wanted to say it directly like this, if he did, he would definitely be beaten to death by the angry god of thunder. Of course not, I definitely didn't mean that. Judge quickly explained. Such an unknown condition does not allow me to support you. To put it simply, your daughter is not worth the price. Amber said lightly. The face of Reiju next to him suddenly turned ugly. He was actually being looked down upon by someone like this, but he didn't dare to get angry, so he clenched his fists. Your Excellency Thunder God, since you agreed to see us, you must have already thought of the conditions, so you might as well say it directly. Judge Kaido. Yes, your IQ is not too low. Amber praised. Thank you for the compliment. Judge responded with a dark face. I heard that you have worked with Vegapunk and have a technology called blood factor that can produce Superman in batches. I want it. Impossible. Judge interrupted Amber before she could finish her words. This is the core secret of our kingdom of Germa, why would I hand it over to you? It's okay, right? The bloodline factor technology was discovered by Vegapunk, and you just took advantage of him. Quote. Exclamation mark quote. Judge was speechless for a moment. All 4 of your children became Superman through this technology, right? Although they can't create top-level warriors, it's pretty good to be able to create warriors of this level. I just made a copy, but I didn't take them all away. You can also use it to create Germa's invincible army again. Amber stood up from her position, walked in front of Judge and said, besides, the previous Germa without the clone soldiers, we could not have achieved the feat of ruling North Blue for 66 days. Impossible, I will not give the bloodline factor to you. Judge refused again. Now that I've proposed it, do you think you still have the right to refuse? Amber threatened. Damn it, do it, Judge shouted loudly, and then quickly moved in the direction of Baby 5, obviously wanting to take the hostage. But you overestimate yourself too much. Do you think you will live too long if you take action in front of the 4 emperors? Amber stood directly in front of Judge and kicked him in the chest. Bang. Wow. Judge instantly spat out a mouthful of blood and flew backwards. Father. The 3 idiot brothers shouted, and then they rushed forward. Without emotions, they cannot understand what fear is. Spark. IG, the fastest, was the first to arrive in front of Amber. He released flames from his hands, wrapped around his fist, and punched out fiercely. Amber didn't even look at it, just ignored the flames, grabbed his fist, and slammed her knee into his abdomen. Ah! Yiren screamed and fell to the ground. The other 2 brothers, Yuji and Niji, also rushed up at this time. You two wait a minute. Reiju, who was standing aside, finally realized what he was doing and quickly tried to stop his brother from committing suicide. Bang! Bang! Amber directly punched each of them in the abdomen, causing them to faint temporarily. Why are you taking action? Can't we have a good talk? You really overestimate your capabilities. Judge, Amber said lightly. PFF'd. Judge, who heard Amber's shameless remarks, was so angry that he spat out a mouthful of blood again. Is it our fault that you D has already threatened? Since you have broken your skin first, then I don't have to worry about anything anymore. You have to hand over this blood factor today, whether you want to hand it over or not. If you still refuse, at worst I will kill you all and then run to your base camp. I don't believe there will be no information there. Stop. Reiju quickly ran over and stood in front of Judge. Lord Thunder God, it's all our fault. Please don't kill my father. We will give you whatever you want. Reiju begged. It's not up to you to say this. Reiju. Seeing Reiju risking his life to stand in front of him, Judge felt something strange in his heart. Sorry, if your father doesn't agree today, then I will have no choice but to kill you all. Judge, as long as you agree to hand over the blood factor, I will help you realize your ambition. I will also help you resist the world government, how about it? You should know that the world government will never allow your kingdom of Germa to return the one who rules the entire North Blue. Before you Germa 66 was overthrown, the world government was secretly planning it. Judge fell into thought. Judge, who carried the last wishes of all his ancestors in the past 300 years, devoted his entire life in order to avenge the North Blue countries. In order to resurrect the Germa Empire, he also gave everything he had. In the original work, in order to realize his ambitions and dreams, he chose to make a deal with the devil, marrying 4 emperors BIGMOM. But what I didn't expect was that Judge ended up becoming a cow on the table. If the Straw Hat Pirates hadn't caused trouble, Germa 66 would have become the nutrient for the BIGMOM pirates to grow. The devil who chooses to cooperate now has just become a thunder god. This is the tragedy of the week. Once he refuses, his family will definitely die here, let alone realize his wish to unify North Blue. Moreover, Thor's proposal is also in line with his ambitions. Judge thought over and over again in his mind and finally convinced himself. I accept your offer, but on one condition. Explain. I hope that the proposal just now can still be realized. Let my daughter marry you. This is my bottom line. In order to prevent you from suddenly regretting and destroying Germa, if you don't agree, then I would rather die and you can find it slowly. Bar. This. Amber instantly thought of Nami, the little wild cat, Robin, and Hancock who was far away on Nine Snakes Island. She hesitated. Was she too scumbag for doing this? Damn it, you need to have all the fun to be happy in life, why do you think so much about it? A scumbag will be a scumbag. Lousy wants to become the harem king. Okay, I promise you. Amber calmly said Kaido after thinking about it. The deal is established. I just don't know if Judge will tie Germa 66 and the Sky Shadow Pirates together after knowing that Amber's goal is to overthrow the world government. By the way, I also have a person from Grandmaster Technology here. Maybe you can communicate with me. Amber thought of Frankie and said casually. Chapter 174 News of Pure Gold. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 573. 143. 191. Another person from Grandmaster Technology. Judge asked confused. You'll see her soon. Amber smiled. I see, that's why you want to obtain the bloodline factor and conduct scientific research. You are different from those pirates who only know how to rob and dominate the mountain. Judge sighed. Amber didn't explain it, whatever he thought. Let's talk about it later. You go down to recuperate first. I think your 3 sons are going to die if they don't get treatment. Amber pointed at the 3 shabby brothers who fell on the ground. Yeah, Judge nodded. He didn't dare to express his anger in front of Thor. Reiju, from now on, stay by your side, Lord Thunder God. Yes, Father. Reiju Kaido faintly. So fast. Amber was surprised. You and Reiju have made an engagement, and she is considered your fiancé. Of course she will stay with you. Judge said matter-of-factly. Whatever. Although we don't have feelings now, we can develop feelings while getting along. After all, love grows over time. Immediately, Amber called for soldiers to carry the 4 wastes down, leaving only Reiju by Amber's side. Lord Thunder God. Reiju saluted very sensibly. Stop calling me sir. Call me Amber, that's what all my friends call me. Okay, Master Amber. Quote. Since she can't change it, just let her be. Hey, woman, don't think that Master Amber is too proud because she agrees to let you stay by her side. The only maid beside Master Amber will always be me. Baby 5 said to Reiju angrily. Don't worry, I won't argue with you. Reiju said calmly. The engagement with the God of Thunder was not what she wanted at all, but she could not disobey her father's order, so she could only accept her fate and be given to the God of Thunder as a beautiful vase. At least it's better than becoming a female killer with blood on her hands. Reiju comforted himself in his heart, but being the wife of a pirate is equally disgraceful. Haha, this is what is called a father. Even if one day she becomes the queen who rules the entire North Blue, she still cannot change her destiny. She carries the last wish of the Germa Empire on her body, and her body belongs to the man in front of her. I don't like forcing women, so just be a secretary by my side first. Your father wants you to marry me in order to prevent me from going back on my word and annexing you Germa 66 one day. He can rest assured of this. I am you Germa 66 are not interested. Just treat it as a show. After a while, after his suspicion is eliminated, I will end the engagement unilaterally. At that time, you can go wherever you want. Said lightly. He is not interested in Germa 66, he is interested in the whole world. Woman. He is the 4 emperors, and he can get as many as he wants, and they are not bad. Shirahoshi from the Fishman Island, Vivi from Alabasta, Rebecca and Violet from Dressrosa, etc., are all inferior to Reiju in terms of status and appearance, but he has not made a move. So far, the only people who have actually had feelings for each other are Nami, Robin, and Hancock. Reiju stood blankly for a long time, then bowed deeply. Thank you, Lord Amber. Doing your job well is the greatest thank you to me. After that, Amber turned and left. Amber, what's going on with this woman? Don't you think you need to explain yourself? Nami looked at Reiju who was following Amber and said dissatisfied. Haha, it seems that our captain has added another harem. Robin smiled. Although he was smiling, Amber could feel the terrible malice behind it. Nami, Robin, please don't get me wrong. Her name is Vinsmoke Reiju. She is the princess of the Germa kingdom. She is now my secretary for the time being. Amber explained to the 2 of them what had just happened. HMPH. I'll just believe you for now. Nami said coquettishly. In fact, even if it was true, so what? I had given all my body and mind to this idiot and couldn't live without him. Anyway, this playboy already had 3 women, so one more would be nothing. Hello, my name is Vinsmoke Reiju. Reiju stepped forward to say hello very sensibly. Hello. The 3 women chatted and soon became good friends. Amber was stunned by this operation. Women are really magical animals. Report Captain, Mr. Jin is back. Let him in. Jin slowly walked into Amber's office. How's it going? Is there any latest news? Boss, Anbu has discovered traces of the lantern fish you mentioned after many investigations. Someone in the XXC area saw it emerging from the sea with his own eyes. Very good. Amber jumped up instantly. Finally, I found the legendary pure gold, a magical substance that can greatly delay the aging of the human body. The little girl in the movie version has been carrying pure gold for 200 years, but she still looks like a child. You can imagine how powerful pure gold can be. Although you can also use the system to extract props that make people live forever. But the system's lottery is full of uncertainties. It may take a long time to draw this kind of prop. By then, the partner may be old, or even die of old age. Amber does not have the strong psychological quality of Brooke, who can endure dozens of times alone. After years of loneliness, he will most likely go crazy and destroy the world. At least if something happens to Nami, Robin, and Hancock, Amber will definitely not be able to accept it. After learning the specific location from Amber, Amber was ready to set out to search. New World, the territory of the BIGMOM pirates, Cake Island. Mom, the competition between the Sky Shadow Pirates and us has been very fierce recently. Many of the islands we marked have been occupied by pirates over there. Perospero said respectfully. How dare they? Bigmom was instantly furious. Our people warned that group of pirates, but their reply was that their captain is the strongest 4 emperors and deserves a larger territory. The strongest. When did that D Thunderbolt kid become the strongest 4 emperors? Who agreed? Who decided? I am the strongest emperor. Bigmom roared with red eyes. The terrifying conquerors swept through the entire place, and cracks appeared on the ground. Quote. Last time Thor fought against Marine's top combat power alone at Marine headquarters. After that, the sea recognized that Thor was the strongest 4 emperors. Perospero trembled Kaido. Well, he just defeated a group of useless Marines and became the strongest. I want to kill him. Bigmom said crazily. Chapter 175 Looking for Pure Gold 1. Interesting for you. Selena Gomez posts powerful bikini then and now. More. 605. 151. 202. XXX area. It's not far from here. Amber murmured, how to get to this seabed. Is it coded? After thinking clearly, Amber called her companions. This time I got the news of the legendary pure gold. It's been a long time since we went on an adventure together. Let's go together. Amber announced the news loudly. Adventure. It's really great. Although the days here are comfortable, it's really boring. Perona cheered first. She is the most idle person in the team. She doesn't have to do anything every day. She has been playing and shopping because she doesn't know anything. Are we finally going to go on an adventure? I'm looking forward to it. Yamato said in surprise. Since she joined the Sky Shadow Pirates, she has been staying in Wano-kuni and helping Wano-kuni develop. She is looking forward to going on an adventure at sea more and more. Pure gold. It should be worth a lot of money. Nami said with interest. Has it existed for hundreds of years? It must be a long time. Robin laughed. Since everyone is going, I'll go too. Canis laughed. I won't go. I recently made a new discovery with Judge. Frankie unexpectedly refused. Instead of taking risks, it's better to train hard and improve my strength. The next time I see that man, I must defeat him. Zoro said with a fighting spirit. Wano-kuni still needs someone to guard it, so I'll stay here. He laughed. Me, I want to go too. Chopper said hopping. Wherever the master goes, I'll go. Baby 5 said firmly. Since I'm the secretary of Lady Amber, I'll naturally follow Lady Amber. Reiju smiled. The above are the core members of the Sky Shadow Pirates. The others are at most non-staff members. Naturally, it's impossible to tell them such important news about pure gold. As for why Reiju is here too, of course it's because she has a good figure and looks beautiful. After deciding on the people who will go, Amber prepared to leave the next day. Why are there only 2 men, me and Chopper, in the end? No, it's an Oga and a man. Why are all the crew members I recruited female? Am I really a pervert? Single quote. Amber couldn't help but doubt herself in her heart. No, I'm not a pervert, I'm the harem king. Single quote. The Thor, which hadn't sailed for a long time, finally set off again. Bang. With a loud bang, the Thor flew into the sky. According to the intelligence, the lanternfish will probably stay in the same sea area for about a week. Amber said with a stack of information. Then we have to speed up, let me see where to go fastest. Got it, Amber, go full speed to the southeast position XX. Nami pondered on the map for a long time, and finally found the nearest route, and ordered. Hey, I'm the captain, why do you want me to drive the boat? Amber complained. Her hands were not slow, and she immediately released a dazzling lightning towards the location where the Thor stored energy. Swoosh. The Thor flew towards the XX position at a high speed like a flash of lightning. After 5 days of flying, the Thor finally arrived at the sea area where the lanternfish was. Finally made it here within 7 days. Nami smiled. Flying at such high speed is really uncomfortable. Perona looked listless. Perona, why is your physical fitness getting better and better? It's worse than before you were trained by Uncle Rayleigh, you lazy idiot. Amber complained. Stupid captain, I want you to take care of it. Perona instantly blushed and shouted loudly. Let's go on an adventure. I can't wait, Yamato said excitedly. But there's nothing here, are we in the wrong place? Chopper was lying on the deck, looking at the boundless ocean below and wondered. Impossible, the location I pointed out is absolutely correct. If it is wrong, the map provided by Amber is wrong. Nami immediately retorted. Quote. It's under the sea, we have to dive under the sea to find it. Amber pointed to the ocean below. You want to go into the sea? Stupid captain, you didn't tell me earlier, we are all demon fruit power, and the ship is not coded now, how can we go into the water? Perona said. Amber ignored Perona's complaints and turned to look at Nami. Nami, is that giant bubble coral you got last time in Ryugu Castle still there? Oh, I would have forgotten it if you didn't tell me. I think it's very useful, so I keep it in my room. I'm going to get it now, Nami said with a smile, and then went back to the room to find the bubbles. Coral. Nami squeezed out a super big bubble from the bubble coral and completely enveloped the Thor. The Thor slowly dived into the water. As the Thor slowly sank, the surrounding light became dim. Everyone on the bottom of the sea looked up, and the sun shone down, giving off a colorful scenery. All kinds of marine life swim around, as if you were in an aquarium. Is this the bottom of the sea? This is my first time seeing it. It's so beautiful, Yamato said excitedly. Amber, thanks to you taking me out to sea, I can see such beautiful scenery. Thank you so much. Yamato put his hand boldly on Amber's shoulder, not thinking of himself as a girl at all, and kept squeezing Amber with his soft breasts. Big, really big. Looking at the face that looked like Nami, Amber couldn't help but wonder, should we take down Yamato too? Single quote. What's wrong? Yamato asked strangely. It's okay. I'm just admiring the beauty of nature. Now Yamato no longer keeps his mouth shut and wants to become Odin. People will grow. As your knowledge increases, you will understand more and you will have different views on the same thing. Coupled with Amber's intentional guidance, Yamato was finally able to break away from the Chunabu disease that kept shouting that he wanted to Odin all day long. Let Kazuki Odin go to hell. When Momonosuke, this little b*********d, comes through time and space, tortures and abuses him severely, and finally kills him with the cruelest methods, the Kazuki family will be completely extinct. Of course, all this must be hidden. Kazuki Hiyori and Yamato do it secretly. It seems that Momonosuke traveled through time during this time, so Jin and the others have to pay close attention to him. The others were not as excited as Yamato. After all, they had all been to the Fishmen Island, which is 10,000 meters under the sea. Such scenery has long been familiar. In order to find the lanternfish faster, Amber opened her heart net to the maximum range. After searching in this sea area for an unknown amount of time, Amber suddenly scanned a huge object. There shouldn't be such a big sea kings in this sea area, so it can only be